and welcome to the Legion of Creators on January 13th, 2026, episode 45. I'm Luke Singer. We've got Joe, Lipman, Kenna, and Chris Fourth. I'm trying my best to do everyone's names best I can.
It's all good.
But we got Marvel Doomsday talk. We've got Deadpool trailer that just came out for Rivals. Lots of superhero stuff in general. A little DC, perhaps a little Star Wars even. We're going to talk about the Golden Globes, Fallout, season 2, episode 4. We're going to leave that for the very end. And a little bit, we're going to rewind a little, do a little Stranger Things, and welcome to Dairy Talk, just because we haven't had Chris on here in a while. And great to have him back. So, what's up, Underground? Without further ado,
Welcome.
let's get to the intro and jump into it.
Legion of Creators.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
What up? What up? How we all doing?
We're doing good.
Great.
Oh, yeah?
Underground said
Everybody,
6, 7.
You guys have anything exciting happen in the last week? Maybe someone started playing DC Universe Online.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. Yeah, we were playing that. That was
actually.
fun.
I haven't loaded it up yet.
Oh, yeah? Oh, you should definitely jump on with us. Yeah, we started playing that a little bit this last week.
It was fun.
Yeah, nothing too much. Same old for most of you guys. Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Gotta go back to work tomorrow. You know how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the grind.
To the grind. Yeah,
What's up, Retro? How you doing? So we're gonna jump into some Marvel, like usual. I feel like we like to hit those superheroes in the beginning.
Soon.
Yeah.
Timothy winning that Oscar soon.
Oh yeah, Chalamet.
Yeah,
but, people can like him all they want. Whatever.
I love that thing. That's so funny.
So yeah, what you got? Joe, you're our juicy news, our juicy superhero news guy. What's the news, man?
Yeah, we'll see. We got the new little trailer for Doomsday, but apparently, according to the Russo brothers, these aren't trailers. These aren't teasers. They're basically stories, clues to pay attention to. Apparently, on what's going on. So we're supposed to take these little bits of like little footage we're getting and kind of go, okay, that's kind of interesting. I thought this newest one they put out was probably the weakest ones they've done, but still enjoyable. They showed a little bit of Shuri, a little bit of M'Baku, a little bit of Namor, a little bit of the Thing. Nothing we hadn't seen before. I mean, it's kind of cool that they're interacting, I guess, but like they really didn't do much. It didn't really give any hype or any like feeling of what's going on in this scene, whatever it is. But it's interesting. But I'm more excited about that. Our big news really is more the focus on Marvel Rivals. I think that's where the real stuff is. But I did hear something about. So we talked about earlier this week. So Blade is no longer a thing. We're just getting Midnight Suns now. So Mahershala Ali, I guess, is still getting paid, but I guess he's gonna get like a team-up movie now.
Rumors. I think they hired somebody new to do Blade, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. I think they said 2028 or something like that. Well, I don't know if it's confirmed true or not, but it's the guy from if you guys watch the show called Gangs of London, the main one.
I heard it was dead. I heard it was just done. They're just not going to do it anymore because they put so much money in it, and they
We'll
just
see.
they don't think they can
Yeah,
do
it's
nothing.
been Blade's been like one of those controversial long waits, man. So
Yeah, so like, I mean, I feel like they just are kind of like, let's just go Midnight Suns, whatever. Like, but we'll see. I mean, maybe they'll come out and say we got a new director and whatever, and maybe Mahershala will get his paycheck and get his chance after all. So, I mean, it all is a wait and see. So we just gotta wait and see what they decide to give us. But yeah, I'd say definitely the rival stuff is the biggest stuff. I mean, we got a lot. The devs vision was today, and they did not disappoint. They said, oh, last year was just a warm up before the holidays, and I feel like they are ready to come out with some pretty good stuff because we knew from the Game Awards that we were getting Deadpool pretty soon.
yeah.
Now we know his role, and we know his abilities, and we know some other cool surprises. So
I want to hear what you think about that, Kenna. Oh, we can't hear you. I kind of had a feeling.
she was pretty solid.
No, you got a mic issue going on. You're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah.
No worries.
She's probably gonna leave and come back most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to do that. So, well, what do you guys think about?
Yeah, I think Deadpool's
Deadpool.
cool. That was in the works, man. So they said it was coming really soon. I've jumped back on Rivals. Like I'm probably gonna try and put more time into it at some point. So.
It was funny because the way that they announced it was hilarious because they literally had a thing where like they had Deadpool making fun of the devs and literally like showing up there and being like, it's like, yeah, that I had him put me in the game early so I could, because making a superhero is a stressful process, and like, and the real bummer though is I don't know if you guys caught it because they didn't officially announce it. They could have had Nolan North because they have Nolan North doing Rocket, but I saw people are really pissed off online because they got some impersonator. I don't know who the actor is, but they got a voice actor that sounds just like Nolan North, but they already have Nolan North at the studio doing Rocket. Would have been so hard just to get Nolan North to
Wait, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we hear you.
Great. They were trying to silence me. I'm just kidding. So I mean that is true, but kind of look at the situation. I think even though there's been times where they use the same voice actors for different characters, like Magic's voice actor voices the Lady Loki skin, but you have Josh Keaton who's voicing Iron Man in the game, but we know him for voicing the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they just I don't know. I'm sure there's some reason behind it being like Nolan North just wants to do Rocket maybe, or they don't want, or like they couldn't get him to voice the lines for. I don't know. It could be anything, but I'm okay with the new voice actor for Deadpool.
I'll say this:
I'm
it
okay.
sounds close enough to Nolan North, so I'm gonna accept it because he looks like he's fun. He looks like he's like what I expect Deadpool to sound like. I was even surprised considering kids play this game. I don't know if you guys caught it, but one of his lines in the game, they do what I've wanted them to do with Deadpool in the MCU. He tries to swear, and they bleep him out.
Yeah, they bleep him.
I saw a clip where you can, as Deadpool, I don't know how it works because we haven't gotten his kit yet fully, but there's a clip of him blocking Magneto's ult with his butt.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Like that, he can block Magneto's ult with his butt, and it's, very Deadpool-like. And I think it's fun.
Go ahead, Kenna. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think it's fun that, we all thought he was going to be a triple hybrid hero, and I like how you can select what kind you feel like instead of it being randomized. I think that's way more fair. So like you can click on Deadpool in the hero selection, and then there's like something else where you can click on whether you want to play him like a strategist or a vanguard or a duelist. I just think that's cool, and I think that it's making the game more interesting.
Oh yeah. I'm watching it right now because I hadn't got to watch it before, and it looks cool.
He gets to team up with Jeff. There's some new team ups and lots of team ups. He gets to team up with Jeff. I think they said only if you play him as a strategist though. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I swear they said that. But
I like that idea that it's
yeah.
only as a strategist. Like that makes it
Yeah.
less. Like some of these sometimes, like we're doing the Magneto Gambit team up right now, and it's just
They're
ridiculous.
crazy.
You know? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of good to
Mhm.
tone them down a little bit.
Right.
Make it
Well,
more
the
even.
Rocket and Penny team up have been removed, or they're going to be removed. But Penny is now getting a team up with Spider-Man, and Rocket is just staying with the Guardians of the Galaxy for now for the team ups. I think that's it with the team ups. Nothing new.
Yeah, the only real new one was that we were getting the Jeff and Deadpool one, and then we have nerfs and buffs, and then for balancing, and then we got some new announcements, like we're getting a new map on, I think it's January 29th.
Yeah, something. United the Museum or something like that, I think.
Yeah, Collector's Museum. And then we're gonna get they're gonna take out the most hated mode of the game finally. They're getting rid of Resource Rumble.
Well, it might come back. But for now, not right now. It might come back separately.
When it comes back, they're gonna put it in like how they do 18 versus 18, where you would have to choose to play Resource Rumble. Like you would have to literally say, you know what, I want to play Resource Rumble. I miss Resource Rumble. Let me just go over here, change it from competitive or quick play.
I don't think I've done that mode. Is that mode? Wait, no.
It's like capture the flag, but you stay on the base or stay on the point for as long as you can.
Yeah.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that mode. Oh yeah, I barely played that.
So people have been hating on it. So
Great mode.
Great mode.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't think it's bad.
I'm sorry, Chris.
As fun as it. No, I said I just don't think it's bad. I just don't think. I don't think I played it as much. So.
It's the issue. I don't think Resource Rumble is necessarily a bad mode, but I understand the disdain for it because it's being put into the queue of quick plays. So when you're trying to just queue up a quick match, you'll get put in a Resource Rumble, and then that leads people to leave the game a lot. I also think it just needs a new map too, and not the same Clintar map that it always is. If it had more variety of Resource Rumble, I think people would definitely enjoy it more. But I think for now it's good that it's gone. Just for a second. Yeah. Just for a hot second. Hot minute.
Yeah, hot minute.
Hi, White Vision.
Yeah.
Oh, Deadpool is getting a release skin. It's gonna be some cyber pirate skin.
Yeah, I love that. I love that he's getting a cyber pirate. Now, is that just gonna be in the shop, or is that in the battle pass?
That is gonna be in the shop when he drops. And so, yes, the battle pass. So there's gonna be a new battle pass, and the first skins are a Disco Invisible Woman theme skin, because soon we'll be getting a lot of Disco theme skins. I think in the future, because Luna Snow got hinted in getting a Disco skin, and that makes people believe that we might get Dazzler soon in the game, because she's kind of disco-y. You know, another Xmen into the Marvel Rivals team. There's gonna be a new Venom skin that is just Eddie and Venom fused together again, kind of something like that. Classic comic book skins for Bucky, and then there are gonna be the wedding skins for Black Panther and Storm.
I saw that. I thought that was
got
cool.
married. There's gonna be some recolor for Star-Lord. I think that's probably the worst skin because it's just basic. It's just Star-Lord in a different color. I'm trying to think if there's another skin that I'm missing. Oh, we're definitely gonna get new accessories like the little plushes. Like Gambit, a Rogue will have a Gambit plushie, and it's Gambit in like a little maid cat outfit that he wears in a comic that one time. Storm plushie, Black Panther plushie. And then there's these other two characters that I don't recognize. I don't know who they are, but more niche.
Yeah, I think I saw them. I think it was. I feel like I remember the characters. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, Elektra. Daredevil's getting an Elektra one.
Oh yes, Elektra. I forgot about Elektra. But then there's two more that I don't recognize, but we'll obviously learn later.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else is in the battle pass. I swear there's another, but maybe that's it. No, there has to be more.
Yeah, we'll have to look through it, but it looks like a good
Oh,
battle
Moon
pass.
Knight! Moon Knight's getting a skin in the battle pass. I totally forgot. Moon Knight's getting a skin. It's gonna be, what's it called? It's like a deck of cards theme, because there was some art posted where it was with the Grand Master on the chessboard, and it had Marvel Rivals character as the chess pieces. So there's Moon Knight, there's gonna be an Emma skin soon, and there's gonna be an Angela skin soon that are like deck of card theme. There's probably gonna be other. No, I think that's it. Actually, that's gonna be the newest skins. Yeah, for now. Oh, people. Before Valentine's Day, I think Gambit and Rogue will get their wedding skins as well.
Well, that's what they're waiting for. Okay.
that's cool. That'll be cool.
I was wondering if we were gonna get the skins, considering they did that whole promo for them and then nothing. So.
Right.
But I guess it makes sense. Valentine's Day, so it might as well.
Yeah,
I think that's
it for
cool.
Rivals.
Yeah, the rival stuff is kind of cool. The rival stuff is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to Deadpool. I like that we're doing the whole switching from different characters. Oh, one thing Kenna missed actually.
I know. I was just gonna bring that up actually.
So Lords is now no longer the highest progression. You can there's gonna be a new progression system where you can get rewards like units and nameplates and different things added onto it. So
what I noticed as well, when I played, like I think it was like 2 weeks ago, the XP was a lot faster. So I was like, bro, they definitely updated that, because I remember before it was kind of slow, like from that level to level.
Yeah, so they changed the progression system. That's coming. I'm assuming a lot of this stuff. I know the new map isn't coming until the 29th, but I imagine a lot of these new changes are going to come with Deadpool.
What kind of map is it?
It's going to be the Collector's Museum.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so that should be cool. So, and that's where they said that you might see some other surprise Marvel characters. Like we know they have what's it called? The dinosaur, the red dinosaur we saw Deadpool riding in the trailer.
Yeah, Devil Dinosaur.
Devil Dinosaur and Moon Girl. I would love for her to come into the game.
Howard the Duck. I want that.
Oh, Elsa Bloodstone. Soon after Deadpool, she will be
the next character. She's the next character. It'll be interesting post Deadpool what her role's gonna be, because Deadpool's gonna be all three, so she'll probably be just one role. So it'll be interesting.
I think she'll either be a duelist or a strategist. Those are my two.
I know. And that's the problem, I think, because we need tanks. It's like, oh god, we need tanks.
Yeah.
Well, Deadpool did say in his little
he did say
intro
Colossus and Juggernaut.
Before Colossus and Juggernaut.
That'll be sick. Yeah.
So we could get those two soon.
Yeah.
I hope that's the 6.5.
I think we got I think we definitely got some tanks coming. I think it's just these characters were worked on for a while. We know the devs love Deadpool. They've been working on Deadpool for a long time, and then now we're finally getting him. I don't know why they decided Elsa Bloodstone was next. I really don't get what the reason, what the demand for her is, because it's like she's not that known of a character.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's what I like about the game, is that if they add all of the popular characters, I feel like it would kind of be like,
it's like, a bit too basic.
Right, yeah, and it gets people introduced to more of the characters, because some people aren't really fans of Marvel in general, and they're playing the game because it's popular. So you get more fans for, like, I mean, Angela. Nobody really knew Angela. I know that I didn't, but now I think she's pretty cool since she came into the game. So same thing will happen with Elsa Bloodstone, I feel like, for some people.
Thanks, AJ. I appreciate that.
I see that. I'd love to see an X-Force team up too, like Deadpool and Psylocke, and get Cable in the game too. I want Cable back.
Yeah, Cable would be fun.
What they would add, Cable would be cool. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. Oh, you're gonna say?
I figured you'd go more off on the MCU stuff there, Joe.
I don't have too much. I mean, I said, like, you know, like I said, a lot of it was the rivals. We had the. Oh, go ahead. What did you say, Chris?
No, I was gonna say, I think it's just because we know this year Doomsday is gonna be coming out at the end of the year. We're gonna be getting more and more trailers and like clues and stuff like that. Obviously, brand new days coming out, so I expect a trailer to drop around March. I did have
one. I did actually have one more Marvel thing. I was watching a YouTube channel today, and I saw a guy in the comments of a popular YouTuber said that he basically he knew someone that worked on the Punisher special presentation that comes out this year, and he said the action was insane in that special presentation, and that apparently there's a scene involving a donut in it, apparently. So, so I have no idea what Punisher's gonna do with a donut, but I'm excited.
That's coming out this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The special presentation is coming out this year.
That's good.
So that's really cool. So I can't wait. That's cool to hear, Jake.
And then Born Again's coming out this year. What?
March, I think it's coming out March. Yeah, I think it's coming out March from what I've heard told. And I heard we could get a trailer for that in even a couple days.
Yeah, because I mean it's January, innit? Might as well get it out of the way now because
the problem is we got to get rid of all this freaking Wonder Man nonsense. They got to just put it out, and just get it over with.
Yeah, Wonder Man just got to come out, see what it says for 8 episodes, and then
Yeah, because I think if they're doing it just like Echo, I think they're releasing all of them at once. From what I heard, because this was a part of when Marvel was fighting with the two. Well, not Marvel. Disney was fighting with the two presidents, and like the one guy's like, we need to have more. What is it called? Not quality. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Quantity. They wanted more quantity over quality, so they just kept pushing things out. So this Wonder Man show's been done for a long time, but just like Ironheart, they didn't know where to put it, so they're just like, okay, here you go, Wonder Man, right here, a show about the deeper inner workings of Hollywood and the acting of a guy who's on a TV show wanting to be on a TV show that's a superhero. Like, it's that RDJ thing again. I'm a dude playing another dude. And then you got the most hated man in the MCU in there too as his co-star. You got, but you know, this might be a hot take. I'm excited for this show. I wouldn't put it at the hype level as like an X-Men 97 or like a Daredevil, but the idea of this is like what it is, I think is pretty interesting. Like as a pocket kind of like show, just like kind of like a, oh, okay, we're doing acting in the MCU. Okay. There could be some fun to be had there. I mean, you got Trevor Slattery there. I mean, there could be some fun little antics we could get into. For once,
the main guy that's playing Wonder Man's a really good actor too. So,
well, yeah, you got the guy that played what's his name? The guy that played Black Manta in the previous DC universe is the lead guy. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the guy that's directing Spider-Man and who did Shang-Chi is directing this show. So okay. So I think I don't know how involved he was. I know it's
Brand New Day Spider-Man
Brand New Day Spider-Man.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's Simu. Not Simu. That's the actor. Yeah. What's the?
No, because from what I saw from the trailer, it does look like it can be like a really good show because we ain't seen really this side of Marvel, like acting and all that stuff. And I don't know too much about Wonder Man myself. Anyway, I'm kind of like vague when it comes to Wonder Man. So like I was like, okay, I can.
Yeah, Dustin Daniel Cretton looks kind of good. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a good show. I mean, I don't know how much superhero action or what we're gonna get in it, but I think it at least is gonna have some fun performances. I think Wonder Man is a character I can't say a lot of Marvel fans because not a lot of people know who Wonder Man is, but I think like there are some of us that have been curious if Marvel was ever gonna adapt Wonder Man because he does have some pretty big roots in the comics.
100,
So. I mean, I think this thing that's gonna make me bummed is I'm kind of upset because it's another show where like we talked about with Star Wars earlier, certain people are gonna be able to throw the, oh no, more white people that are black people type of flag.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, because I don't know anymore. I'm always for like, you know what it is? I'm always for characters being how they originally are. But if you can make it work with the race swapping or whatever, just as long as the actor's good and knows what he's doing with the material, that should be. That's what we hope for, right? That's what we want. You know what I mean?
I mean, we know he's a good actor. It just depends. Is he good enough for Wonder Man? That's the one question. It's like he was good enough for Black Manta. Is he good enough for Wonder Man? That's what we gotta find out. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I think Wonder Man looks cool. I can't wait for this Born Again trailer to drop. I want to know when we're getting Xmen 97 season 2, man. That's what the release date I'm waiting for.
Did they say this year or next year?
It's this year. It's this year.
Okay.
It's on the slate. And I know Ken
I'm a little nervous.
I feel like it has to be.
I'm excited, but I'm also a little nervous for season 2 of Xmen 97.
What are you nervous about it for?
Because of they fired that guy, and then they keep his season 2 writing, but then season 3 we're not like, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be bad. I don't think that at all. But I'm like, I don't know. It just
From
seems
what-
messy. It seems
From
messy
what my,
right now. That's
but
all.
from what, but I don't think you have to worry about that until season 3 because what my sources said is that
But
season
still,
2 is
though-
untouched. It's untouched.
Right. Right, but that's the thing though, is like season 2, it's gonna be really good, and then season 3, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but let's worry about that when we get season 3. Let's enjoy season 2. Well, we're getting a season 2.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
take
it for what
it
If
is.
season 2's not good, then we can judge it from there.
No,
but-
Right.
season 2 will be good.
No.
That's the thing we're saying is that she's
I'm
worried
still
about
excited for
3.
season 2. Don't get me wrong. I'm still
Yeah.
excited for season 2. But yeah,
We're having a good day.
It's just-
Brandon.
I'm just excited for more X-Men 97.
Yeah, it'll
as
be
well.
cool. I'm excited. I mean, we got Polaris. Did you see Marvel has dropped? Yeah, we talked about the official Doomsday clock to begin the countdown. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Just
Yeah,
more
I'm probably
animated
expecting. I think the
superhero
Doomsday trailer.
content.
I'm expecting that to come in like September, October. I think.
Oh yeah, the writers on how the writers would bring back Gambit. Oh yeah, they're gonna do it because of it's all gonna be centered through the whole Apocalypse storyline they set up at the end of season 1, where he's dead, but they're gonna do the whole
He's the
horseman of the
horseman.
apocalypse.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm sure they'll find some way to probably people die in Marvel and come back. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's some way for
Yeah.
Gambit to like fully come back. So we'll see what they do. But you never know. But I'm excited for it. Like I said, I have no idea when that's releasing yet. I know we got. Oh, that's right. Here's the other thing that I just remembered. So I was talking to Luke about this. So Sony is going to play ball finally. They canceled their last Spider-less Spider-Man franchise project because
Wait, what was that? What?
so they were doing that. So they were doing a Spider-Woman movie with Olivia. Is it Olivia Wilde? Olivia Munn? I think it's
Yeah.
Olivia Munn. So they canceled it. They're still doing Spider-Verse 3 and Spider-Man Noir. But after those two projects are done, as you saw when they canceled their universe with Craven, they're not doing any movies on their own anymore because they're gonna play ball with Marvel Studios. Apparently, they are apparently ready to give them everything. They've even said Tom Hardy is no longer gonna play Venom in any new continuations of any sorts whatsoever. And then the MCU is gonna recast Venom. I know he's at DC already, but I'm still crossing my fingers ever since I saw that fan casting. I want Richardson, man. I want Richardson as
Yeah,
Venom,
Richardson.
man.
I can see him being. He could be a sick Eddie Brock actually. Yeah, he could be. He could actually be. No, I don't know why, but every time you bring up Richardson, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can see. Like, there's some things I can really see him do. Like, really do. If he
I would love to see him as oh my god, who were we talking about kind of the other day? Him playing
Oh,
Wildcat.
Wildcat, yeah, Alan.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
well,
said
he's
that
got
as well.
that DC.
Yeah.
He's got that DC role, but now that we're living in a world that actors can go from Marvel to DC, why can't we go in a world where actors go from DC over to Marvel? Because if Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson can come over from Marvel to go over to DC, why can't you have, hey, Alan Richardson plays Wildcat? Wildcat isn't like right now. There's no Justice League. The thing that's great about DC, there's no obligations right now. There's no you can't do this.
Thing.
Like if David Cornstalk right now wanted to go play a character in Marvel or Star Wars, he could. Even though he's Superman, he could jump over because Superman's not planned like for a trilogy, guaranteed right now. Like they're doing Man of Tomorrow, but Man of Tomorrow is more of a Lex Luthor story. So like it just depends. So like I feel like
complicated, but I think he could play like if anything, maybe like a more minor role or like a one-time villain. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like
I just think
like a big recurring character, but versus would be like a lot. I think.
I've seen people just throw it around like that they just really want it, and even though they're hoping to see what DC project he's doing, a lot of people have been saying they really want Alan Richardson in either DC or Marvel, and right now, until he gets confirmed as his DC character, a lot of people would love to see him as Venom if they're going to recast Venom. Because I think he fits that very well.
Yeah, he could kill that.
Yeah, so I think like either way, you're gonna get like it seems like he's doing that thing with DC. We still don't know what character he's playing, but I mean, yeah, Wildcat would be great if that's what they're doing.
Yeah, Joe, go back to so Olivia Munn was supposed to do a Spider-Woman movie or something.
Yes, they're supposed to do a Spider-Woman movie. So, and it got canned. It got canned.
I don't blame them because Sony after that whole what was
Madam Web.
Madam Web. I didn't mind. See, I know people hated on Morbius and what's the other one? What was the last one? Craven. They were okay, but I could see a lot of issues with it still. But the rest, like Venom 2 and 3,
they shouldn't be making any of those.
They shouldn't be.
I like the Venom movies.
I don't know what possessed Sony to go into their mind frame to do villains of Spider-Man without Spider-Man. It made no sense.
Yep. And now we can get the villains that we've never had our hands on that we can finally use in Spider-Man movies. Like, now we're finally going to get to do our version of Kraven, which will hopefully be the superior version. And then we can do our version of Morbius if we choose to. Like, actually, like, animated, like comics version of Morbius from, like, the comics and, like, the cartoons.
And Olivia Munn as Spider-Woman. I mean, she's dope. She's a dope actress. Don't get me wrong, but it's just I know they messed up that movie.
Well, you know, it's interesting because I don't remember what the release date is, but like, it's interesting with what we heard about with we'll have a couple chats we're gonna get to in a minute, but it's interesting with what they said about this whole Sony stuff because we know that all this stuff like they're still doing their Spider-Man Noir show with Nicolas Cage on Prime, and that's coming out this year, and that is like something that they're like out of all the projects they did because it's the guys that did Spider-Verse and the guys that did the Lego movie. They have a lot of confidence in this thing. Like, I've heard that they really like this Spider-Verse. Well, it's not Spider-Verse, but Spider-Verse character show. Like, they're like, Nicolas Cage is Spider-Man Noir. It's going to be like, it sounds like it's like The Boys, but with Spider-Man. Like, it's supposed to be like super rated R. And it's supposed to be like very Spider-Man Noir, very much Spider-Man being
because his Noir was like mobster kind of level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I can see them with that going to R-rated, bro. Yeah.
I haven't seen a trailer for it yet, but like I mean, hopefully they'll put one out soon because they seem to have faith in it. It looks cool. We got a couple chats here. What could be the desert planet that Shuri, Black Panther, Namor, and Baku meet with Fantastic Four based on the Doomsday teaser? I have no idea what planet that would be. But I'm gonna say this. Because I noticed in that teaser, one thing I can say is if the Thing is there, and even though they're not in the trailer, I'm assuming the rest of the Fantastic Four is there. Yeah, it's probably on. We're probably gonna see more of the Fantastic Four Earth than we saw in Fantastic Four. So it might be this might be a desert on still whatever Earth Fantastic Four's place is.
Because true. Because that Earth is pretty much like.
And I'm gonna tell you something kind of wild. I was talking to Luke about this. I don't know if you guys know this yet. In this scene, even though I don't know how many of these scenes the Russo brothers like to say there's scenes that aren't in the movie. Yeah. If this is a real scene in the movie, there's a character missing from this scene. Actually, there's two characters. I believe there is actually an aged up Tucson in this scene, T'Challa's son, which is presumably going to be played by. Did you see F1, Chris?
F1.
The movie that came out last year?
No. I didn't even get a chance to watch that, but I heard it was good.
Okay, so there's a lot of talk right now that they've already given Dempson Edris the.
Oh yeah, from Snowfall.
Yep. They're saying they're giving him the role. So I can see that. I think they aged him up. I think he's gonna be in this movie because they want a Black Panther that's not just Shuri. Because Shuri just does not do it for people. It's not working.
Shuri's okay. It's just like I think.
We were robbed of T'Challa. That's all it is. It's just we were robbed of T'Challa.
That's all it was. I think Wakanda Forever just like it tried to follow up. There was some good moments for sure. I don't think it was completely bad. I just thought it was a decent film. You know what I mean?
And if you watch this teaser, they say in the teaser also that M'Baku is the new king of Wakanda right now.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting because that was not in Wakanda Forever. So I thought that was pretty interesting that they said that. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, Brian. Joe, what if the actor who plays Paulie from Reacher season 3 plays the Juggernaut? Oh, dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be freaking awesome. You guys seen how massive that guy is? So this is the guy that played the Mountain on Game of Thrones. And so Reacher, each season of Reacher, because Alan Richardson is this huge dude, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to come up with the ultimate rival for him. Every season of Reacher so far, when they do a villain, it's someone that Alan Richardson can just pick up with his bare hands and just throw around. Like nobody's ever been up to his size. So for the third season, they're like, let's make someone that's even bigger than him and make it a challenge. And it felt like, to me, if we ever saw Alan Richardson play Batman, it felt like Absolute Batman, if you read the Absolute Batman comics, meets like Absolute Bane. Like, just like these two titans are just throwing down, and just like it was crazy wild. It was crazy. And then so I think that answers that thing. So yeah, if he could play Juggernaut, I would be down for it. I would not mind it. And then so we said Alan Richardson. Oh yeah, here's the other one. Brandon says, friend of the channel. Speaking of Gambit, I hope we see Channing Tatum's Gambit from Fox Xmen meet Thor in Doomsday. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Wonder what that conversation would be like. What would they talk about? Wonder what they would have to say.
That'd be interesting.
All right, my theory in Doomsday is that the desert place might be Fantastic Four's 60s Earth or desert from Iron Man on Earth 616 of the main MCU. Oh yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because that could be very possible. Because here's my other thing I was going to tell you guys is, in that scene, even though the Russos are saying that these scenes are not always potentially true and it might be faked, and they're said to be stories, clues, not necessarily trailers or teasers. Here's the thing that's interesting. Because what we know from the end of Fantastic Four, and because of you guys know Doom from the comics, Doom is going to be different than other MCU villains. I don't think you jump into Doomsday and Doom's just killing people already. I think they're going to build it. I think Doom will very much be hanging out with the heroes for most of this movie.
No, 100%. But you saw him what he was doing with. You saw at the end of Fantastic Four, like he was just chilling.
I think he's just gonna be chilling still. Like, I think in this scene, if this is an actual scene in the movie, I think in this scene with the desert where Thing is talking to the Wakandans and Namor, I think Doom's here. I think he's present with all of them. I think they're all talking, and he's just here talking with them, probably listening to. Because I think M'Baku says something in the trailer. Oh God, Underground! It's Tatooine in the future. They're talking about this desert planet. Because there's this thing that M'Baku says. MCU is Earth 616. Yeah, that's the main timeline, AJ. But the thing about it is, we're hearing reports that timeline might not even be real. No, like that Kang might, like before Kang got knocked on his ass out the door, he might have did some fucking shenanigans.
They're saying what Doom doesn't like he doesn't like the discrepancies in like different Earths and stuff. So he's just
he doesn't like incursions. So. Oh, that's the other thing we didn't talk about because you're part of this conversation, Chris. Yeah. Apparently, Doom is worthy of the hammer. So I was telling Kenna and Luke this. There's a scene being described. Did you ever see the animated movie Puss in Boots: Last Wish?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So
you remember the scene where basically Death itself is telling Puss in Boots to pick up the pick up. So someone was tweeting about it, and basically there's supposed to be a scene where Doom's fighting someone. He catches the hammer, he grabs it, and then he throws it at someone, presumably to their feet after it hits them in the face, and then literally goes, pick it up. Like, as in, like, Doom, we've heard Doom has weapons in this movie, like, he's got sorcery, but he's also got a sword, apparently, because they're doing the whole medieval times vibe, and so he's literally like, throws it at him, I want this to be a fair fight, pick it up. And there's two theories I've heard about this, who he's talking to. One is, I've heard that the promo art for this movie, here's the crazy thing with these promos they put out alongside Avatar, that first Steve Rogers promo you see of Steve Rogers with his kid, that's not how Steve Rogers looks in this movie. The main Steve Rogers that we see, he's wearing street clothes and he's nomad. He has long hair and the beard. Like, he doesn't look like he's in a happy life with, like, there might be a version of him where, like, you see him with Peggy in the beginning of the movie, but that's not a huge part of this movie. Most of this movie, Steve Rogers is nomad. He doesn't have a shield. He has a hammer. He still has Mjolnir, and he's wielding it. And so one scenario is we've heard from reports that Doom, because of what Steve did in Endgame, Doom doesn't like Steve. So we've heard that potentially this scene of Pick It Up, it might be Doom trying to call out Steve and be like, hey, come on, man. I'm worthy. Pick it up. Fight me. Come on, let's do this. But the other scenario is that I think that this could be Loki. And I think we could get a scene where Thor's getting his shit rocked and then just all of a sudden Loki, because Tom Hiddleston did an interview where he said he gets to do something as Loki he's never gotten to do in this movie. And I think that one thing, if you remember, Tom Hiddleston auditioned for Thor before playing Loki. I think he wants to lift that hammer. And I think if he gets to lift the hammer, I think he's going to be pretty damn happy. It's going to look real nice next to that paycheck.
With his powers as well. Like,
Scott story of Loki with the hammer is going to be crazy. Like, and we know that, I've said this since the beginning, and people didn't believe me even though there's been no actual evidence of this. I've made theory videos we were in 2026, for 2 years, ever since Loki ended, since Doomsday's been a thing. I have been saying that Doom wants Loki. Like, it has been Loki's the MacGuffin of this film. He hates Steve Rogers, but he needs Loki. He needs Loki and he needs the Void. Those are the two things he wants. He wants to take Loki's powers, and he wants to do something manipulating Sentry and the Void. But for some reason, he needs those two powers together to create.
Oh yeah, I forgot Sentry's gonna. Ooh.
Yep.
Sentry's gonna be, yeah.
Dude, imagine we get Thor and Sentry thrown down in this movie. Dude.
Yeah, because I'm waiting for them to do more with Sentry. Like,
I'm still waiting for Vision to come back, man.
Yeah, for
well,
real,
we got Vision Quest coming out this year, so you'll see
I think Vision Quest is that's coming out probably September, October, probably just before.
Yeah, for what I heard. Yeah,
it's taking so long, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta wait to see Paul Bettany back in the MCU. I'm sorry, the response to WandaVision wasn't good enough, so they say.
Yeah, no, I hear it. The thing is, I didn't really even finish WandaVision. I got to like episode 3 and 4, and I didn't really finish it like that because I just thought
it's pretty decent. It's got some good moments.
I think it does. Cool. I see like there was some cool moments for it, but I just thought, I don't know.
No, I thought it was interesting. I'm excited about this if this Doom rumor with the hammer is true, because what I love, and this is what I've been craving with the MCU, Chris, as I've been talking a long time. Marvel sounds like, and this could just be hopium, it could be whatever, but it's not since Wilson Fisk has Marvel been able to give us a real villain. All these villains, they have to have like this redemptive aspect, or you have to feel bad for me because of this. I love that Doom is just here for shits and giggles, and he's just ready to like fuck everybody up. This man is gonna kill some people in this movie, and I will be front row to see that shit. Like,
what's interesting about that though, that you say, is like even Stan Lee says it himself, like that Doom is not a villain.
Yep.
Like he's just another country. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying that, from that aspect that you're not like, I'm not saying Doom is a villain in that sense, but for this story, he is a villain. Because for the story they're telling, from our perspective, we could look at him as a hero, because all these heroes are delusional. Oh, I want to save my fake kids in this reality. And Doom's like, incursions, no, get out of here with that shit. And because they won't let up their incursions, Doom's trying to cleanse everything. He's trying to say, we need a new multiverse. We need a new battle world. We need to change it up. We need to do something different. So I think he definitely is, I mean, from that logic, of course, Stan Lee's right. If you read any comics with Doctor Doom, he's always got his own way of doing things. But Doom has an ego, so like, even though he doesn't like to be referred to as a hero, even if he's doing something good, he's doing it with bad intentions, and he's doing it for himself. So make no mistake. Yes, Doom is gonna save the multiverse and stop these incursions, but he's doing it because he wants to be king of the mountain. He's doing it because he wants to be sitting. The reason he wants to take Loki, it's not just about taking Loki's powers. It's about Doom taking the throne that Loki's been sitting on. This movie, mark my words, no matter what runtime this movie is going to be, this movie will end with Doom sitting on the throne where Loki sat at the end of Loki. Like, he is going to take that throne. Like, there's the final battle of this movie is going to be at the Citadel where Loki was before Kang was sitting there. Loki's sitting there now at the edge of time. And all these heroes are going to try and stop him. And they're going to fail. And then Doom's going to get Loki and be like, that's my spot. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do. Like, but it's not happening. And, I mean, I heard even Magneto's going to take a crack at Doom. And even Magneto tries and wants the Sentinels that Doom's controlling, and even he misses. Like, so, I mean, we're in trouble. These guys don't know what they're going up against. So, it's gonna be sick. I mean, I'm liking everything we're hearing. I'm excited. I want a real trailer, man. I'm sick of these teasers. Give me,
I do.
give me the meat and potatoes. I want a trailer.
Real trailers. That's probably. I think after the brand new day comes out, August, September.
I thought too, but I think we're gonna get something at the Super Bowl just because it's the Super Bowl in March.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl. Oh yeah, true.
They gotta put something out because Sony doesn't have money to put things out at the Super Bowl, and Sony would be the one to put out Spider-Man. So we can't get anything Spider-Man at the Super Bowl, but we can totally get something Doomsday at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
But knowing Marvel, my worst fear is that they're just gonna put out something for fucking Vision Quest at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, hey guys, Vision Quest is coming out in September, but we still want to remind you guys that Vision Quest is coming out. I'm like, gosh dang it. Really? Like, I'm excited for Vision Quest, don't get me wrong, but I want to see Doomsday, so I'm like, come on, man. Like, I can wait for Vision Quest. I don't need a trailer for that right now. I'm chilling. Whatever. But I know you, Luke, you might be like, yeah, I want to see more Vision. I'm ready for Vision Quest right now. Like, no, but it's cool. It's cool stuff. So what was Brandon saying? Brandon was saying,
I've just been curious about it more than anything, you know? Just like, what is happening with that thing? Like, it's just been like...
Yes, the artist is who is behind art style of 3D and 2D animation for both Tron Uprising, Spider-Verse, has made a huge influence on other medias like Arcane and Puss in Boots 2: The Last Wish. That's pretty cool. Speaking of that, on another topic, me and Brandon just did, what was it, last week? We just finished watching Tron Ares. Not Tron Ares. Tron Uprising. That's what I meant. Sorry, Ares is the bad movie. But so we watched Tron Uprising because I'd never seen it before. And,
okay, right.
And honestly, it's like, for people that like Tron, that's like the best Tron since like Tron Legacy and like the original Tron. Like, they even got Elijah Wood in there, man, as the lead character. Voicing the lead character is kind of crazy. That's cool. It's pretty dope, man. Wait,
Tron
I'm not gonna talk too much about it.
That came out what, 2012, right?
Right after I think Legacy.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I never checked it out, so I checked it out, and me and Brandon quite enjoyed it. We thought it was great. It was really good.
No, that was a good show. That was from what I remember.
Yeah, I really liked it. I think the Fantastic Four would die in a movie only because in the Fortnite Marvel season they hinted that Doom destroyed the Fantastic Four. That's an interesting take.
Yeah,
that's an interesting thing.
I don't know, but you see, with that
would
though,
be cool.
That would be cool. But I think I don't know. Could they see? Actually, they did say some heroes are going to be expendable, and the Fantastic Four, since they're kind of like from another place, I guess it could make sense.
They could kill them because they could just find a way to bring them back in Battle World or whatever. Yeah. I mean, we know Doom clearly has a thing for Vanessa Kirby Sue Storm, so like, I mean, she's gonna end up on Battle World eventually because there was that whole concept of the medieval throne and everything. So he's gonna get Sue some way or another, but he probably still wants to kill Reed. So I could see, I could see that. I could see them. I could see the Fantastic Four going out. Because they're just going to bring him back anyway. We already seen it happen in Marvel Comics hundreds of times. They'll kill heroes and just bring them back. So
watch it not be like that. That was like the one-time casting for that team. And like they just die and we get another team as our real team. That would be so funny.
That'd be so crazy if they actually did something like that. If they could actually pull it
off. I would love it if they did something like that too.
Brandon said, do you think more movies should use Alberto's Spider-Verse art style similar to how Clone Wars Season 7 style in Tales and Bad Batch? That's interesting. I mean, it really depends on what they're doing because, I mean, it's a cool animation style. Like, it's got to be subjective on the projects, though, because the art is one thing in the style, but you want to have that style reflected in your storytelling. So you can't just go, oh, this is a new piece of animation style. You can't just be like, okay, let's use this on everything. You don't want to oversaturate it. I think Human Torch could die. Dang, you're gonna kill Eddie twice? Why?
Well, it's,
Can I just hate it? Dang.
I don't. It's not hatred. It's just like if we're talking about Fantastic Four dying, I don't think we would kill the entire team off just yet. But if I had to pick someone who could die, it would be because he's died before in that team.
Man, it's time to take out Reed. It's time to
What's
take out
wrong
Reed.
with Reed? What's wrong with
Just so
Reed?
Deadpool
I
and
like
Doomsday-
Reed.
Just so Deadpool and Doomsday can go, dang it, they got Joel, and now they got you
Oh,
too.
I see. I don't know if they're gonna make that joke, but
Oh, they're gonna make that joke. This is Deadpool.
how do you know? How do you know?
Because I'm just telling you.
Were you
They
on the
won't
set?
make that joke, dude.
You don't think they're gonna do it? I mean, it's fourth
No,
wall
they'd
break.
be
It's
breaking the
Deadpool.
fourth. Maybe.
It's Deadpool. Like,
I
It
know.
would take away the seriousness of it, though.
but
you
there
know?
are gonna be those little moments with Deadpool. There
Well,
are
yeah,
gonna
I
be
know,
those
but
funny
right, I
moments
get that,
and,
but I
like-
don't think that moment is little. That is not a little moment.
No, that's true. No, he probably wanted to crack a joke. He might not even be in that scene. So it'll probably be a
Right.
serious moment. I was kidding because the idea, it was funny.
I know,
It's
because
funny.
Joel
It
died.
is funny.
Yeah.
No.
Flame
no,
on,
I-
flame on under
No,
him.
I definitely don't see that happen. I see, yeah, Human Torch could die. Like, but I don't know, man. I know you like Reed, but I think Reed's the best candidate because
I mean,
Reed's
I could
the
see
smart
Reed
guy.
sacrificing himself, sure, yeah.
Honestly,
because I think
I was
Reed's-
saying to Joe earlier today that like I like Pedro as Reed, like in this Fantastic Four movie, but I don't like the idea of him being Reed for like the actual MCU.
MCU,
I don't know. There's something about it. I think he works so much better as like an alternate version of Reed Richards. You know what I mean? Compared
I get
to
that.
like
would've been
I want
cool,
like
Brandon.
my real Reed. I don't know. I want them to like kill people off and then be like, no, but this is the real person, and like surprise us with that.
That'd be cool if they did that. I mean, I do think the thing I'm basing on the Reed thing is I think Reed is gonna like, even though we saw at the end of Fantastic Four that Doom, like you said, Chris, Doom was chilling, right? I think Reed's on to Doom. I think Reed's gonna be the first person to go, I don't know if I smell what you're stepping in over here. Like something doesn't feel right about this guy. This green cloaked guy's got something to hide, and so I feel like Doom is gonna come over here, and like I said, I've heard that we might not see RDJ's face in Doomsday unless we get flashbacks, because what I heard is that Doom mask is staying on. So I can see a scenario where Doom might just tell everybody that he's this. Either he tells them that he's Tony Stark, or he's going to act like he's Tony Stark, and then he'll just like be telling them in this little way, figuring out, or he might not even say Tony Stark, he might just say some other hero from a different universe, similar to what Mysterio did, and then they're just supposed to trust him. So whatever. But I feel like if he tells them he's an actual character, then I think the way that he can convince them, like, oh, if you're Tony, why don't you show us your face? But I think if this is Tony, the argument that he can make is, well, my face is all scarred up from what happened in Endgame. So just, I can see him making that argument, just going, yeah, you can't see my face because it's horribly disfigured from.
So then why
what
not use
happened.
the Iron Man suit?
That's true. But that's the kind of question that I think Reed will poke around and ask. And then Doom's going to have to
Right.
kind of try and rebuttal. Because he could say something like, this suit here, this is like the new Iron Man suit, right? This is the better upgraded version. Because, Doom is technology and magic together.
Or maybe
so-
like the blast or whatever like did something to his body where he has to be in that kind of suit now.
Well, yeah, I think they're
Right.
going that route too. I think that's the other thing is they've said that it's Doom has to have the suit. It's not a
Well, I mean,
it's not a cool accessory.
covering up Iron Man and his scars.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Telling
Yep.
him like from the blast of using the Infinity Gauntlet.
I don't
Like,
know,
he did
Underground. I know
something
you
to his
love
body.
Yelena, but I'm not sure if she'll get one. I think we're done with these little teasers now. I think we're out. I think it's just full trailers from here on out now.
Yeah, I think it's just stuff so people can be like, okay, aware of this and that. And then,
Yep, kind of just aware of what's
that-
going on. Yeah, I think they'll be aware of whatever's going on now. But yeah, no, it's I think that's pretty much good for our Marvel stuff. But I mean,
yeah.
there was a lot of good Marvel stuff coming our way and lots of cool stuff. I mean, it's crazy. We got a Doomsday teaser on the same day as we got some Rivals stuff.
Right.
So that's
Marveling
cool.
up.
Pretty
So
cool.
what's our next topic, Luke? What's our next thing?
Chris, what do you think
Uh,
of the finale of Welcome to Derry and Stranger Things? I think it's
Start with Welcome to Derry. That was further
Yeah.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
So for Welcome to Derry, the finale, definitely, I thought that was really good. I thought it was actually really good because it was just like, it was sad when what was the little what's that kid's name again that died?
Rick.
Richie.
Yeah, I see Richie. Yeah, I liked it. I actually liked his character stuff. But when it was the end of it and they're all trying to put the thing in the tree and then he's just there running over. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what is this? I'm like, then, yeah, like so. But yeah, I thought overall the whole season as a whole, I honestly thought this was good. I thought the horror aspects were good. Like, I don't think I was like as scared, but I was definitely interested to see like, okay, this is the type of horror aspects. So someone who's not horror that heavy, they'll be like scared of this like kind of thing watching it. So
Right, yeah, kind of on yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
I do think that the military stuff was kind of a bit far-fetched because I can't see the military dealing with like, you see how it would like Stranger Things, that makes sense for the military to get involved with, but when it comes to Derry, it's like I can't see the military kind of getting involved with like the spiritual dark realm activity kind of things like for that for a horror thing, because it's a bit
right.
You know, some of the action
like,
was cool, but it was like,
and they're like trying to disrupt something that's being controlled so they can control it when they
other
people can't even control it. It's like you guys aren't. It's not even making sense what you're doing here.
No, honestly, like the one thing I can say as well is that watching Derry first and then watching Stranger Things, I was like, both of these shows are so like similar in terms of like the style. I was like, they both remind me of each other in certain parts, like not all the way fully, but just certain parts when you're watching them. Like, it reminds me.
Totally. Which one did you like more?
I think because Stranger Things is finished. I think I like Stranger Things more. Derry, I think there's a lot more opportunities they could go with now, so they could do like, I think the season 2 could just be about Pennywise and just kind of go off there like his own thing, like what he was doing like before he met the kids and things like that or whatever. And then but yeah, like Stranger Things, I think I like it more just because it finished. I think my favorite season was probably season 3. I think that they just had so many highlights. I think second to season 3 might be season 1 or season 2. I think it might be season 1. That was really good. But yeah, like overall, I think both those shows were really good. Like, I think Stranger Things, like how it ended, I know a lot of people are pissed off about the ending and stuff, and like I think it's kind of good that they showed what could have been, because I personally think 11 is dead. You know what I mean? So I personally think she is dead, and I think that is just like Will. I feel like because Will, he has a way of writing stories.
Oh, you mean Mike?
Sorry, not Will. Sorry, Mike. That's it, Mike. He has a way of writing stories for like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So if that's his story in his head, that's how it's finished off for him, or maybe that could be a possibility. That's him way of saying like, yeah, that's him. That's the way of coping basically for him.
Right. I read it as him coping. You know, like this is what he wanted.
That's what I think. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think
there's no way 8 lived that long to make any of that stuff happen.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, it's like, for me, I think my favorite character in that was Dustin. Dustin made me laugh like throughout that. he made me laugh. It was him, Erica. Erica was hilarious, man.
I love Erica. Yeah.
Erica was funny.
She was like, "Why don't you die?" I'm like, "Gee, what kind of 8-9-year-old are you?" Like, what? Like every
told you to eat your damn pie.
Cussing his brother, cussing somebody. I'm like, no way. But yeah, Dustin and Max was cool. I think every character did their thing as well. I think it was sad when Hopper went out, because I actually thought Hopper was dead for real, and I was just like, damn, man, like that sucks. So then he came back, and then but overall it's a good show. I know, like, again, people are pissed off about the ending and stuff, but I'm just thinking like, what do you like? The way you want it, I get it, I understand it, but at the same time, it's like you can't be this mad about it for like months and years. Like, you move on to the next show, and the Duffer Brothers even said like, we've got spin-offs coming anyway, so you can enjoy that because there's still going to be Stranger Things elements. So
yeah, no, for sure. Are you excited for spin-offs? You gonna watch those?
Yeah, I'll see what it's saying. If there's one for, I don't know who's gonna I don't know who's gonna be the leads in those spin-offs or what's gonna happen with those. It'd be too say, but I look forward to seeing what they can do with it.
They got the animated one coming out this year.
Yes, that's true. The
And I think
prequel
that's
animation.
I think that's
Okay.
set up between season 2, I think
2
between
and
season
3.
2 yeah, 2 and 3.
Okay.
Is there anything you didn't like about the finale, like nitpicks or? 'Cause
Yeah,
I know overall you
mean,
liked it, but
ooh,
what-
so
yeah.
the finale. So I think I liked Holly. I liked how they showcased Holly a lot more in season 5. A lot of people were pissed about that because they wanted Will, but I'm like, I don't mind seeing Will. I actually like Will. I think Will's a likable character. I think with the sister, it kind of makes sense because Vecna was always trying to get the kids anyway, so like it kind of makes sense. But I think what I didn't like about the finale was, I think his 11's sister was kind of a waste to me personally. I felt like that when I saw her in season 2, and 11 went to look for her, I thought, okay, cool. And then they're doing all this stuff, and then they don't even like. It's like two different people. They're not gonna connect like that. You know what I'm saying, per se. And then when it came to like season 5, I was just like, okay, cool. I understand you're a sister. I understand you've been captured, but you're still two different people because she wants this way. She wants it to end this way in the void. Then 11's like, no, there can be another way or something. I'm thinking like they're two different people. So having them pair up is like, it's not always been the best. Luckily, it wasn't throughout most of the seasons. It was just like those last like 2 to 3 episodes, obviously. But like, I just felt like her character was kind of like wasn't really fleshed out enough to know more about her, like what she'd been doing before. Like, cool, we know they was together when they were young, when they were kids, but we didn't really see much after that, or even like in between that. Like, we didn't get a backstory of like 11. We didn't see her and 11 like growing together. That's not what it was. Whereas that would have been a lot different if they had linked back together. Whereas they just were there for that 1% at one point of time, and then they moved on.
And then never again, yeah, until now. It's like we get to see her. We saw 8 come back. We saw a glimpse of her at the end of part 1 of the finale, and then I don't know. I just feel like part 1 and part 2 are so disconnected from part 3 a little bit. It continues it. Like, I'm not saying like it's so disconnected that like they're completely different like stories, like, because everything like it follows through with what happened previously. But again, I don't know. Like, I think it's because part 3, it's like, okay, we're actually jumping into the action now. We're having things move. Well, slow when part 1 and part 2 were kind of slow.
Yeah.
When it came to like actually moving along the story. And I think that's why I think people are a little mixed on the ending. I would say that there's a lot of issues that I have with the finale, but I do like the ending that 11 died. She sacrificed herself to close the gate to the Upside Down. I think that makes perfect sense. I just think the way that we got to that point is the like kind of messy part. Not so good. Especially because I watched the documentary of the making of Stranger Things season 5.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, the Duffer Brothers literally said, we went into production without a finished script. So as they were shooting these episodes, the scripts weren't done.
Yeah, that's
They
not
even
always
said,
a good look.
yeah, they even said that during, like, they were filming episode 8, and they were like, we haven't finished the script for episode 8. So, like, they were just winging it. And it's like, you guys, this is your biggest project ever, and you should put some more care to it. I don't care how longer it would have taken, as long as it was completely finished, then that would have been better. And the thing about the Duffer Brothers is that they admitted this in the documentary, is that they explained their beginning love to make film because they got a camera for Christmas. But then they said that they weren't writers, and they don't like to write, and they didn't want to write. But they knew that if they wanted jobs as directors, they needed to write.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, clearly this isn't your area of expertise, which is fine, because obviously in the documentary it was them and then 3 other writers. So obviously they had some co-writers. But there's also, like, I don't know, it just seems so messy, and I think having the documentary released just made fans even angrier more than they already were about the finale, seeing
Yeah.
how rushed and unfinished they were. And there's this whole, it's kind of true, kind of confirmed now, but one of the Duffer Brothers had a wife, and a lot of people think she was a ghostwriter for the show because it has been confirmed that she was the one who essentially mainly focused on the characters' relationships and dynamics, but then they got divorced before season 5. So now that she's gone, people think since she's not in that writer's room anymore, that's also another reason why season 5 wasn't as good as the previous seasons. And there's also a little jab joke to one of the Duffer Brothers being like, the reason why they broke up so many couples is because he's being...
Yeah, he was going through a marriage and would divorce himself or something like that.
Yeah, and also, like, it's like kind of a Game of Thrones situation where I know the writers were going to do a Star Wars movie before season 8. And then the Star Wars movie got canceled, and then and then the fans hated season 8. That essentially, same thing happened with the Duffer Brothers. They were going to do a Stephen King adaptation movie, and then that got canceled. And it's like, why not focus on your biggest show ever? The one thing that made you guys famous in the first place. You know, I would never say that they don't love Stranger Things. I think it clearly held a special place in their heart because it's their first major project. But also, they also didn't seem to care enough for the final season. Or they were so focused on the fact that it's going to be the big thing. And they were just so focused on making it like such a crazy big thing that the heart of the story was lost. And there's also pictures there's also scenes in the documentary where you can see one of the brothers has ChatGPT pulled up, and now people are saying that season 5 was written by AI. I personally don't believe that. I don't think AI completely wrote the Stranger Things script. I think it's more of the sense that they were throwing out ideas and then they fed it to the ChatGPT to see how it would react to it, and then that's how they picked. So I feel like AI or not, they just can't really tell a good story. The Duffer Brothers by themselves. So
I think as well, like because this show started back in 2016, and season 4, there was a big gap between season 4 and 5. So it's like, it's kind of like for someone like me who watched it when season 5 just basically came out, I was like, well, I had a lot of stuff to binge anyway, so I can just binge through that. And then when I get season 5, for someone like me, I'll be probably a lot more satisfied. Whereas others, they have to wait. They waited for 4 years, 4 or 5 years, and then if season 5 comes out, and then it's not as like, oh, wait, hold on, why are you doing it in parts? Like, why can't we get it, or couldn't it be a bit longer? Because I do feel like maybe season 5 could have been a good 15 episodes. You know what I mean? Just so they can flesh out more things, make it more of like a war, a crazy thing going on. So I do get that as well, because that I do add that aspect. I'm thinking I didn't see much Demogorgons in season 5. I thought we would have seen them plague the whole town, and then like they go into the upside
something
down.
Crazy,
You know, that's what I honestly would have thought. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, again, those 4 years mattered, because when you look at a show, something like for example, like Cobra Kai, season 6, we knew what it was. We knew what was gonna like. We knew the premise of it because we had it back to back for each year. So when they did 3 episodes each part, I said, okay, that's fine, because there was dramatic stuff happening. And you know, like Joe, I know we obviously we love Cobra Kai, so we've obviously we've already seen it to the point where it's like, this is dramatic stuff that was happening, like from part 1 to 2, and then obviously part 3. So now, but seeing with Stranger Things, I think what they should have done for the people for the longer wait, they really should have just said, you know what, 8 episodes between now and February, and then say, I feel like it could have been longer. So maybe another 5 to 6 episodes to be like, here's the final 6, because we want it to be long. Just make it, because I felt like it was cool seeing them fight Vecna, and just Vecna for that. But I do think I wanted to see like more of a war, like a proper war, like Demogorgons versus the military, because it was like Vecna versus the group versus the military, then the military versus, but they're not trying to there's no cohesion. That's the thing. But you know, I still think overall they got the point.
It got the job done.
It got the job done where it needed to do.
There's another scene in the documentary where one of the co-writers is like, there should be demo dogs, bats, demogorgons in like the abyss where, you know, where the big mind flayer is. And the Duffer Brother like nodded his head and he said, yeah, for sure. And then it never happened in the final, was never added in the final cut.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Wow.
It was inspired by Star Wars. Did you know that? Stranger Things was inspired by Star Wars.
How they made Last Jedi? That must have been it.
Oh,
yeah, Last Jedi.
How, like,
and it was
everybody was like, "Hey, Ryan
3.
Johnson, maybe you should do this or that or this the other thing." And then like Kathleen Kennedy was like, "Ryan Johnson has complete creative
Did they put
control."
Did they put Ryan Johnson in Chat GPT and just copy more?
AI Ryan Johnson, no, but I think my biggest issue with Duffer Brothers too, with the way that they wanted to tell the story, is that since the beginning of the documentary, they were like, they already knew that they wanted to kill off 11. That was for certain. That was done. Then they were like, do we do like a switcheroo? Do we think that she's gonna live? But then we, you know, showed that she died, and they were like, no, let's not do that. Let's do this. And they were I think the Duffer Brothers were so focused on trying to create something that no one would expect at all, that it hurt themselves in the end. Because I think now creatives are so scared to have proper foreshadowing now, because it was so clearly that Eddie was going to come back as a Cass, which is like a vampire-like creature in D&D. Because they like said lines like that, you know, they brought it up a bunch of times. Like it felt like that was gonna be the thing. Like maybe he would return in the Upside Down or the Abyss, and it would have been fun. Even if it's silly, it would have been fun. It would have been crazy. You know, it would have been interesting. But it really feels like the Duffer Brothers like went through like Stranger Things Twitter and Stranger Things Reddit to see all the fan theories and to make sure that almost none of them were correct for the sake of like not giving the satisfaction.
Yeah,
that
no, I don't.
The
I rate that because I'm sorry, but some people in these like shows or fandoms and stuff, they get in over themselves, and it's like, oh, but it should have ended like this. It should have ended like that.
That's
you don't
true, but
know, and to add on to your point, what you said about the writers not being sure about finishing the script and stuff like that.
Right.
Sometimes it's the final season. Sometimes it's like, are we even sure this should be the ending? Because what if they this that? But sometimes you got to say, you know what? Let's do it how we envisioned it and how we think it should end and whatnot. Because
I do think no matter how it was gonna end, there's obviously people gonna be divisive about it.
Yeah, of course.
I think no matter what. Yeah.
100%.
I'm just saying, like, obviously I'm not trying to be like every fan theory should have been canon or they should have been correct, but I think I do think though there's some, again with the more specifically like Eddie's return, I think there's nothing wrong if you're writing a smart TV show and you have a smart enough audience that can pick up clues and connect the dots, then you should be able to give them at least the satisfaction of being correct. Not on every little thing, but at least something, you know? Because then you have good foreshadowing. Like, I just feel like the Duffer Brothers and other writers, I think, are just so focused on the fact that, like, let's have a plot twist for the sake of having a plot twist because it's so crazy and it hasn't been done before. And it's like, well, you're kind of just ruining it.
I think this is why, like, there's only a certain few of directors who just like say, I'm gonna end it like this and that's it. And that's how I'm gonna go out, whether people love it, people like it, whatever the case may be. I think it's like with Andor, for example. Like Tony Gilroy just did what he needed to do for 2 seasons and just said, yeah, this is what it is. And the majority of the people loved it because it was like there was still like the thought, the writing goes into it. So I do get where the Duffer Brothers, they may have like probably they probably may have thought like, it's been 4 years, we've taken so long, we have to do a lot now. And you know what I mean? So it's like, and not only that as well, the actors, they're still like, they've still got other shows they got to do as well, things like that in between those times. So it's like, how do we fit this in with the 8 episodes, whatever? And it's like sometimes
I kind of blame Game of Thrones for their little situation they've been doing because they
100%,
they got cold feet over everything. And just like.
You see with the Game of Thrones guys, they only did what they did because they wanted to work on Star Wars. And it's like, you guys should have been focused on finishing Game of Thrones first, not rushing it. You guys have plenty of time.
I love Game of Thrones, but I still want to see their Star Wars movie. I still would
I
love
would
to see
still
what
like
it
to
was.
see
I
it.
agree,
I
Joe,
personally
because
think-
it probably would have been good.
No,
I
it
will
probably
say.
would. No, I personally think I personally think the Game of Thrones guys, they could do an Old Republic type of
They
thing.
had been doing
I
Old
mean,
Republic. There's
they
no
were
way they
killing
were.
it with that show for
They-
the longest time. You know what I mean? So it's just
They
only
could do like
because
an
they
Old
stopped
Republic.
caring.
Especially the way they wrote Game of Thrones, I said, yeah, they could do an Old Republic. I don't want to see it like a present day Star Wars kind of thing because this has been done. So, like, but yeah, like
Yeah.
I think with so with
I know
Stranger
people
Things,
hate that ending. I know people hate that ending, but at least they went for it. At least they're like, yeah, we know you guys are gonna hate this, but we're gonna make this ending.
yeah, no, they
So
did it. That's what I'm saying. They were set in their ways and they just did it. And I think that, to be honest, you have to be like that sometimes, right? So I think with Stranger Things, I wouldn't say they played it. For me, I don't feel like they played it safe, but I knew already like this ending has to just be something where people are most of the people are satisfied with it.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So now it opens up so much more for the spin-offs. If there's an animated thing, I would love to see a spin-off with like of Dustin and flipping who was it? I like the trio of like Dustin, Dustin, Robin, and Steve. I think those three would. I think those three. Yeah, if they could get like a little spin-off of those three, that would be hilarious for me. Because
I think the spin-off would most likely be Holly and her group of friends because they're the next generation. They ended it with them playing D&D. You know, it's like that's probably what it's gonna happen. Maybe.
It wouldn't be a bad spin-off if they did that. Those are good group of characters. I'd like to see the actor that played what's his face? The guy that was always saying the thing. What's his name? Why can I not think of the character's name? That was Holly's bully.
Derek.
Yeah.
Oh, good. His name is Jake. His real name is Jake. The actor who plays Derek, his name is Jake. So our Jake, is totally in Stranger Things season 5. As adult.
Yeah, a lot of people believe that this is gonna be adult Derek.
Adult Derek, yeah, adult Derek spin-off.
Yeah, Jake, whenever you lose Marvel Rivals, you should just start saying "suck my fat one." Because I know you're in the chat. That shit would be so funny.
Yeah, that would be jokes, man.
So funny.
Yeah, man. That's the thing as well, because I think with sometimes as well, like when you do have a show like Stranger Things, sometimes when they go into spin-offs, the spin-offs normally carry a bit more of edge than the original show sometimes, which you don't expect. So I think they could do whatever. Like with Derry, for example, I didn't think Derry would like. I knew Derry would be good, but I didn't think would it have the same edge as like the films though. But it did. You know what I mean? And it's just like
more so. The first movie hits. The second movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the second movie, I didn't mind it. I didn't have a problem with it per se. I just felt like that they're older. It would have been better if they were more deeper into their teenagers. Okay. Like if they were like late teens, early 20s kind of thing.
Oh, but the story is supposed to be them as adults as well.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
They really flopped that movie. They really flopped that movie.
But back on Derry, Chris, what did you think about when you saw Beverly in the end of Derry?
Oh, Beverly, who's wait?
Beverly, the ginger girl from the Losers Club. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah, bro, I was so like, okay. So now we know the connection there. Okay, so they made that connection. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. But yeah, it was good seeing her because I knew somebody from the movies was gonna be featured in at some point, towards the end of something. They have to do it just for that connection. You know what I mean? So I think that was it. But I think with Derry, I liked what they did with Pennywise backstory. Like he was a clown with his daughter, and then his daughter was like, "Papa," and then as she's older, she's like, "You're not my father," and then he's like, "Yes, I am." Like, I know this guy all crazy. I'm just like, yo, this is mad.
The best part of the whole show, man, was the connection to The Shining. I just want to see more of Dick Halloran, man.
The Shining, bro. The Shining, man. That connection there was good. I think
Dick Halloran was awesome. I've been telling Kenna and Luke for what has been now almost months since Derry came out. I've been telling them for a long time that I think Dick Halloran could be our could be on Martian Manhunter for the DCU, man. I think he cooked in that show. I think he absolutely cooked.
Yeah, I think he did this. Yeah, I think he did the same.
Yeah, I think it's cool. No, I think it could be really cool. I really like the show. I really think like we have our hang-ups with both Stranger Things and Derry, but like I feel like on the positive, I think Derry gets the win personally. I feel if I'm right now watching a season of television, and this is both good because there's 5 seasons of Stranger Things versus 1 season of Derry.
Yeah,
I think even the best season of Stranger Things, I think I'm still picking Derry. Like I think if it's TV night and it's like, hey, we're gonna watch a show, relax, have some beers, whatever. I'm putting on Derry. Like I feel like that's just the vibe for me. I don't know why, but I don't know how it.
Sorry.
Well, I was done, Kelly. You're good.
Oh, okay. I don't know how it would work or make sense. I mean, maybe I don't want to make it too far of a stretch, but like I would love because Dick Halloran, that's the guy in The Shining in the hotel because they connect that at the end of Derry that he's gonna work at a hotel after the whole Derry events. I would like a show, maybe a spin-off show with him working at the hotel before the Shining movie starts. I think that would be interesting because he's just a really good actor and he was definitely one of the biggest highlights in Derry. When it was like when the scene was on Dick Halloran, I was like, I'm in. I'm
Mm-hmm. It was one of the best parts of the show for sure.
Yeah.
Just had good character storytelling. I think for me, really, it's hard to even judge the whole show of Stranger Things compared to Derry because all I can think about is season 5 and how much I believe they didn't deliver as much as they could have. You know what I mean? The fact that they didn't finish the writing before it actually started filming, I feel that very much in the first 4 episodes of Stranger Things. It is just it's taking forever for your final season to finally get into what this all really is. You know what I mean? It really felt like they were just beating around the bush. I don't know.
See, my thing, and you see my thing as well to add on to that, it sucks because as much as now that we're critiquing season 5, I don't want to hate it. Obviously, I don't hate it, but I get.
No, I like it somewhat. Yeah. There's things I don't like about it, and there's things I do. I'd say I like the finale, the actual finale, 100%, more than the rest of the season. That's the real problem, I feel.
I think with Will having powers, I didn't have a problem with him having powers because I knew some way he was still connected to Vecna because he still had the twitches and stuff like that. So I thought, is he gonna have power? Is he still connected? Is he gonna see the future? Psychic? He's gonna have some type of power. So I thought, okay, cool, I see that now. But I do think that they made it a struggle for him to connect with Vector, which I think makes sense. I was like, yeah, cool, that's fine, do that. You know what I mean? But then I do feel like some of the stuff, because when he was talking about why he was upset and stuff like that, I'm thinking they didn't really need to explain why he was upset because in the second season, Will was but you don't even like girls. So I kind of figured he was already that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I thought they don't really need to kind of expand on that because we already said it from them. And even the way he acted, it just shows, he is like that. That's okay. I thought whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It makes sense that Will got powers. I just think it was at the cost that I feel like they just pushed 11 to the side.
I saw
the finale until her death. They pushed her to the side, which I'm that doesn't make sense because literally it all started with her. She was the main thing.
I saw something a video. I don't know if it was in you said all the stuff that was in the documentary. I don't think this was in the documentary, but I saw someone post a clip where when they do a show, they read the scripts. They do table reads. Right?
Oh yeah, they do that in the documentary. Yeah.
In the documentary when they do the table read, did Millie pissed? Because someone sent me a video.
Crying. Millie was crying because they all did a big table read for the final episode, and Millie was crying, and she looked stressed. Yeah. So.
I heard she was upset. So. But maybe it was just that she was emotional.
I mean, it was a sad scene that they were reading. And that's the one thing too, is Stranger Things, it's good at its emotional beats, so I will give it that.
They did do that. Their emotional scenes are good.
Yeah.
The
that's where it
goodbye,
belongs.
the goodbye is definitely between Mike and Eleven. I think is definitely very bittersweet. It's a good ending for. Yeah, I think my only issue, and I'm curious what Chris has to say about this. My biggest issue with Stranger Things final season in general, the season end, the finale with the end of it, I just think they really messed up on how they handled Vecna this season, because I just feel like they it seemed really the ending for him felt very anticlimactic, and then like it's cool that Joyce got to cut his head off, but like he deserved a better final showdown. And
yeah.
And I know you'll agree with this, Chris, because I think you'd find this is funny when I was discovering this.
Yeah.
You know how you mentioned in Cobra Kai earlier, right?
Yeah.
A show with kids going through basically another world, basically the end of the world in this kind of television show, a little bit of fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
More people died in a karate show this final season than in a show dealing with the end of the world.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Six people died in season 6 of Cobra Kai.
Oh man,
Six people. Like a kid was killed in the tournament.
Yeah, for real. People killed someone, the boat battle, like people are dying a lot. And that's the thing. And that's the thing. I feel like these writers, man, they get scared. I feel like people there's some people that really hold on to characters, and it's like when they die. And I think when a character dies and they've done their job on screen, I feel like for me, if they die, it's kind of like a good death, because it's like it's emotional, you feel it, and it makes, as long as it makes sense, I'm cool with it. That's what I'm saying. Obviously, don't kill them off for no reason, but make it make sense, and that's the thing. And I think with Vecna, it was one of those things that Will had got. I think personally, Will should have had powers in season 4 to gear him up for season 5. That's what I think.
That would have been better, yeah.
Because
they haven't written any of that yet.
That's what I'm saying. To see him, they weren't thinking that
far ahead.
It's just I'm just to see him control his powers already, or at least that's what I'm saying. Season 5 should have been longer. So at least if the first couple episodes, Will's just training, trying to get his mind right or focused on, and Vecna's getting him into his mind saying, "No, you can't go there. You can't do this." I remember, I'm controlling you, not me. Some type of thing. That would have been cool to see, because at least then Will would have been ready, just like 11. 11 was preparing. Hopper was like, "No, you're not ready until I say you're ready." You know what I mean? So that's what I was expecting a bit more with Will when he got his powers.
You're too weak.
That's what I'm saying. Literally, we should have seen some more of that. Will just training and him just I can't do it, I can't. And it's just you know what I mean? And
that's how you make 11 be back in the forefront. It's 11 training Will to control the powers.
Exactly.
And then the two of them could have fought Vecna.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying. That you can kind of, not so much rush, but you can kind of put that in different places of the finale and then make it connect at the end. That's what I would have think like that. So yeah, I feel like season 4, Will should have just had his powers, and then season 5 we would have seen him be doing this and that, and then maybe do some flashbacks even, just to say, I trained this, I did this, or something, you know.
Yeah, they could have, they would have thought the far ahead, but unfortunately, ChatGPT wasn't a thing as much for them when it was when they were writing season.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. I do feel like maybe they just did it just to throw ideas to it. Maybe that.
I don't think they can. I'm not on that side where they used AI fully to write the script. I think it was more they were using it.
Keyword fully.
Fully, yeah. Keyword fully. They weren't fully using it, but they used a little bit, and even that little bit is definitely has eyebrows raised.
You know? And that's the thing, even with Vecna, because even when I look back at Vecna, I like the fact that everybody fought him, had a chance to fight him and stuff like that. But I do think Vecna should have had a bit more time to gain it. I'm not saying he wasn't at full power, but I do feel like that.
They totally nerfed him. I feel like he was.
He should have taken. I felt like he should have at least taken half of the kids, and then the other half that was important. You know what I mean? So then that way, he's even more stronger, and then he's I've still taken some kids, and then I can still take the rest of you from powers, and then jumping in Max's dream saying I've taken these kids. So what makes things I won't stop from you, all this and that. So I thought seeing Vecna like that, and seeing him have the type of spider with the thing, I'm like, okay, cool, he's still at full power, but it's cool. But then obviously, then getting Joyce to like cut off his head and do all of that, that would have been like, all right, cool. But I understand like what it was.
I just really wish, especially with a show like this that had the D&D influences, and that was such an important thing. I really wish, like, I know that the whole thing is the Mind Flayer is the final boss, but they couldn't have had the Mind Flayer like take another form, like the form of a dragon, or like how Will was drawn. Like, I just don't understand why like we had to do the spider thing again.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
already
100%.
been done the spider thing. It's like you would think it would just take the form of the thing.
That's what I was saying, because when I saw the ground split in season 4, I was thinking, oh shit, it's going to be a war in the town now. So the town's going to be all kind of like dark and blue. But the town was kind of normal. So I was expecting some parts of the town to be like, here, have something here. That's why I wanted to see more Demogorgons, because I wanted to see like an all-out war.
And it's messed up that they talked about, they basically addressed that should have happened and did nothing, because I saw an AI video of like the final battle with Demogorgons, and it looked better. Like, you had all the kids like fighting the Demogorgons, and like you could have done.
Yeah, because that's what they mostly did, because Vecna always did that. Or maybe even if Vecna turned, because he already did that, turning people into Demogorgons, yeah. But I was still thinking, but that's still important though, because those are his pets, isn't it? So I'm thinking, why would he not have them protecting what he's trying to do and stuff? You know what I mean?
And their argument was lazy when they first answered that question of like, they said something like before this documentary where they're like, well, Vecna didn't expect them to attack him on his home turf. Really?
He expected that. I'm so, come on, man. Seriously, they had a plan already to, not a plan, but like when you get to like season 3 and 4, you kind of know that they're going to like straight to the upside down. That they're going straight in there, because if the military was guarding it, that's where they were going anyway. So I thought like that doesn't make sense.
And I don't feel like they don't think that thoroughly into their writing, because realistically, it would make perfect sense for Vecna to literally think that they would go there, because their attempt failed that they were trying to do by going and getting him out in the mind, and then literally, they show up on his home turf, like Lord of the Rings. You know, the enemy's at your doorstep. I mean, might as well go right up to the door.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the thing. Like, the military presence in Stranger Things is a lot more apparent and makes sense than it did in Derry, because, like I said, Derry is more.
It's
that's
funny
the
you mentioned that, because you know who was Luke's favorite character in Derry? Luke loved Shaw in Derry, man. Shaw was the best character. Oh, Derry.
Yeah, I really did not like Shaw.
You did not like Shaw, no. I really liked Vecna when he was Henry Creel. I really found him more intimidating as Henry Creel more as Vecna. And then in the documentary there was some concept art design of Vecna, and I'm like, why didn't you guys go with any of these besides the one that you picked? Because I don't know, I don't find his monster form that really monstrous.
What were the other forms that he was gonna have?
Some were kind of almost like xenomorph, like where they had like spines and a tail. I like the one where like he had no like humanoid face, like, or like all teeth, or like he was faceless. Some like tentacles, like I don't know, like actually looking more creaturistic. And looking more like something you would see, like a cryptid, like monster, rather than this.
The problem is then they make it the CGI thing, and they can't even make it look as cool as they want to, because it's CGI.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I feel like a lot of times, I don't know.
I mean, if they had the budget for it,
well, here's the thing, though, is that what's cool about Vecna. What I will say about what's cool about Vecna's final design is that he's actually in a suit. Like, don't get me wrong, yes, there's CGI, of course there is, but like it's all practical for the most part. So I think even then, if they could have made a better practical suit of maybe some of the other designs, and then they just tweak some things in CGI, then it could have looked good, or presentable at least.
I feel like after his defeat in season 4, he should have had a better a different design,
like a new look.
Where-
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just getting
Power
like
armor. Vecna.
like just making a skinny Vecna like we got in.
You know, or even if he did have another form, I feel like he could have. What about him like going back and forth to his human form, then to like a new form? Like I would have been like, yo,
see, that's the type of thinking that we need, Chris, but we can't get that from the Duffer Brothers apparently. So,
oh my god,
like I
that
like
would
that.
have been because as Henry
idea.
Krill, he was mad intimidating. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, this
I
guy.
like the idea of
Jamie is such a good actor. He
He
out acted everybody. Jamie, was it Jamie Campbell Bauer? He is just such a really
which
good
is
actor.
crazy because now this man got me going to watch Rings of Power, and I really don't want to, but I'm gonna do
You
it.
should
anyway.
watch. Actually,
Yeah, no, I've
you
seen some.
wanna see
I've seen
more-
some episodes of Rings of Power. It's not, like I get from. I've read the first book.
Yeah.
And seeing that first season, it is shambles. I'm not gonna lie, but
I guess he's gonna be in this new season that they're making, this third season. They're
yeah.
doing, so
but in terms of the acting was actually good, but it's just the story's just kind of like.
it's just
I
that
don't know.
they're doing a bad job of adapting Lord of the Rings. That's what it is.
You should
It's-
watch Sweeney Todd movie if you want to see
I've
more
seen it.
Jamie. You should rewatch it again.
Again, okay, rewatch it again. Go back to a classic already.
You should just
okay.
rewatch it again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, I'd like to see him. I think we talk about the praise of that actor. That guy is either going to go on to join DC, or he's going to become the next Carnage of the MCU because the man's got talent. He's going to those two big companies, 100%. Like either DC is going to be like Batman, Scarecrow, come on over, or Marvel's going to be like. Carnage, come on, we got all the rights to the characters. Come on over. You already played one red guy. You want to be a better red guy with even more power? Come on over. Like
I still
like
think he would be better as Scarecrow, but that's
I do
just
too,
me.
but I've been kind of getting into the Carnage idea because of the idea that he did play Vecna, and it would be like a more powerful version of Vecna, and he could go way crazy with it. And Carnage is like, within reason, that's like playing the Joker at Marvel. Just like kind of similar to Goblins. So like if you want to go really crazy, he could. But I think we need a good take on Scarecrow post what's his name? Cillian Murphy in the Dark Knight movies. We need a more accurate, fantastical Scarecrow. And I think Jamie could give us that. So I would be down. Personally, I think all the big actors should go to DC right now as much as I love the MCU. With all their gimmick and stuff, it's nice to see. I think the sad thing is I could see him headed over at Marvel because every other Stranger Things actor now is going over to Marvel. So that's the sad thing is I love DC to scoop him up, but it seems like they're all.
What was it? Caleb was like training for. Well, he's just doing gymnastics and stuff.
Miles, they're gonna snatch him up soon. They're gonna snatch him up soon. I mean, they already got Sadie over there. He's coming over next. I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb was the next person. And they have fucking Eddie over there. They have fucking Hopper over there. Like, I mean, there was conversations at one point. I don't know if they're still going on because I know she wants to focus on her personal life. But there was even conversations of Millie going over there, like post Xmen stuff. I heard.
Yeah, I could see her being a part of that.
It was interesting. So I mean, they all kind of seem like they want to go all.
Oh, she was retired.
I thought so too.
She was retired.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still young, but I do think though she's gonna probably take a decent break to be with her family.
I really wish people wouldn't act like this is my last role. I'm done acting. Like I really hate when they do this stuff. You know what I mean? Like
at least Patrick Stewart means it when he says Doomsday's his last role.
Yeah, 100%. He's old, man. He can't. What else he's done? He's done what he needs to do. You know what I mean? So I get it. Like, you know what I mean? But even with Derry, do you think what's your take? What do you think season 2 is going to be? Do you think it's going to be continuation?
Bradley Gang. I think it's going to be the Bradley Gang murder. I think they're going to do the Bradley Gang stuff.
It's got to be interesting though. Like Ian McKellen and what's his name?
Patrick Stewart.
You just said Patrick Stewart. So I can't believe I blanked on that. Like getting together and doing their scenes one last time as Magneto and Professor X, and like Ian McKellen still got Lord of the Rings coming back. Like it's so funny, just the timing of it all. Yeah. So it's gotta be.
I don't know if they'll do it because it's gonna be a more serious movie, but I would not be surprised because they got Ian McKellen, like, it'd be one thing if they looked different, but the way that they made Magneto look in that little X-Men tease, dude, if Deadpool interacts with Magneto, he's making that Gandalf. Like, it's happening. Like, I can see him go.
I can see that one happening. Yeah.
Just about. He's like, it's Magneto. It's like Magneto. No, that's Gandalf. What are you talking about, Magneto?
I would love for them to poke fun at The Last of Us, but like,
yes.
I just feel like they won't because, like, I don't know, like they won a freaking award when they shouldn't have. Like, I feel like Hollywood like tries.
I hate that.
Its hardest to not let Last of Us be shit on because it got shit on so hard. You know what I mean? So
it just says the Duffer Brothers joined Paramount because Netflix have problems with Stranger Things. Yeah, they did say they're signing a new contract with them, which I think is interesting.
Right, because that's the thing about the spin-off soon. The Duffer Brothers will not really be doing anything with the future spin-offs.
Yay! Let's go!
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do next and how it comes out. I'm really interested. Like, will it actually be any good, or will it be another meh?
They're off to a bad start. They're joining they're joining
Paramount.
So
yeah, you see, even with that deal, I still think Paramount should have went with. I still think Netflix, not Netflix. Sorry, I still think the Warner Bros. Should have kind of like went with Paramount, but only because we know how Netflix. Because the CEO was like, "Oh, we're not gonna do fear," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do fear releases." No, I'm like, bro, please don't say that again.
Oh,
the thing about the Paramount thing and the Netflix thing is that Netflix is the lesser evil of the two because Paramount. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, not to cut you off, Kenneth. But there's an update. I found an update I forgot to tell you guys. There's an update on the 17-day window thing.
Okay.
It's not. So whoever put out that 17-day window thing was not an accurate source. They said that it can basically they plan to evolve it. So they're saying like right now it has to follow they're gonna follow the main protocol that they happened post-COVID, post-writer strike. We're gonna keep like 45-day window that they've been doing with theaters regularly. But then if theater presence gets better, then they could expand it beyond that. So right now that 17-day window thing, that wasn't true. Netflix is still pretty much, they're like, yeah, we'll keep the window. Like, as long as they're gonna make business, it seems, because the Paramount thing is bad because the Paramount is being like, Ken is right, they're the lesser of two evils, but also Tom Ellis just won't take the loss, man. He's all butthurt over that Warner Brothers don't want him. And
I think he should just let it go, innit? Like,
now he wants to sue him, and he wants to know, well, what did you offer? What did Netflix offer you that we didn't? We know we gave you more money. Well, what did Netflix give you? And he's like trying to poke around the bear, and I'm like, really? Just admit you lost, bro. It's over. You're not getting anything else. Like, it just makes no sense to me. It's like
just greed. It's greed.
Yeah, but I agree with you. Like, I see some sides of the argument, but at this point, I've seen people talk about this. The logical choice was for Warner Bros. To stay independent, but unfortunately, they can't do that. So, if we have to pick one or the other, you got to go Netflix because they're the lesser of two evils. Because here's the thing that you got to remember, Chris. Chris. Is if they go Paramount, James Gunn's gone. Everybody's gone that's at DC right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay. Right, okay.
So,
but yeah, Netflix is gonna keep James Gunn.
Oh yeah, they wanted the Snyder. Oh, them bastards, but they don't shut up, don't they, about this damn Snyderverse, bro. Like, they keep trying it. Like,
and they fucking signed.
Gosh.
They what's even stupider? They signed Zack Snyder for a deal to do some UFC movie or some shit, like over at Paramount. Like it's like Netflix was like, we're done with Zack Snyder after Rebel Moon. And then Paramount, oh, we love Zack Snyder. Let's go. Let's do this UFC movie with you. And like anything Zack Snyder.
It sucks, man, because the problem is like Zack. I like Zack, and I really do, but I just think that him and James Gunn, he works better with James. If James Gunn and him were to
if they teamed up, they could cook something.
They could do something. I feel like they could do something.
If they ever team up,
with Zack on his own, like. I feel like me personally, the only films I've enjoyed from Zack is 300 and Watchmen. And it's like, when he came to DC, I thought he was gonna do the Watchmen kind of vibes, but with the Batman, not so much Superman or whatever. So I thought, okay, cool, but it wasn't really that. So I'm thinking like, okay, the writing's not there for you, but in terms of your directing and action and what you want for cinematography, I'm like, okay, I can see the vision, I can see it.
That's
know what
why
I mean?
I don't hate the idea of Zack Snyder working on another DC project. He would just need to essentially have a co-director or someone watching over him a little bit, you know.
You would need to have
Like-
a call what it is.
Well, it'd
Or
be really
like James
cool if they
Gunn,
brought him
have
in.
James Gunn and Zack
Yeah.
Snyder work together. I think they could make something
Right.
really
Yeah,
good.
100.
Yeah, with a darker tone. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
You
that would be really cool.
fine. You know what I mean? But
Like, do Doomsday, but do it right.
Thank
I don't know.
you, thank you.
That the
Mhm.
I mean, they're gonna
Superman,
do
correct.
They're gonna do something. They're gonna do something good. They'll do something cool. If they ever worked on something together, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, that's my thing, and that's the thing. Like, you know, like the Snyderverse fam, they're just like they just don't want to hate on James Gunn. But it's like both of them are friends in real life.
Yeah,
so
both
it's
of
like,
them are friends in real life.
like,
Yeah.
you can argue who you want, but they're both cool with each other in real life.
I don't know why they hate. Why they hate. Like, I get the politics of some things, and they're not getting their Henry Cavill. But Henry Cavill has literally like just if DC calls him, cool. But he's moving on. Like, he's doing other things.
He's doing other shit. He's got the Warhammer stuff.
Yeah,
He's
his
doing other
fans
stuff.
are just
Let the
like,
guy do what he's doing.
and his fans are like, we never got to see you really be Superman. So we're like,
Nah,
this is
He's
simple.
on the
Like,
greener pastures, man. Literally, Warhammer has yet to actually go mainstream. You know what I mean? Like, it's incredibly popular and an extremely expensive IP that already has a ton of entries. Like,
and I've
once
heard
it
people-
hits the mainstream, people are going to eat it up, and
And I've
Henry
heard
Cavill
people
will
say-
have tons of work. Okay.
Yep, and I've heard people say that. I've heard a couple YouTubers and a couple different people say that if Warhammer pops off, like the way that they're working on it right now, that Warhammer, no matter what they do with Star Wars at Disney right now, some people say that it could be the next thing. It could be the next thing that like kind of leaves Star Wars in the dust and goes, yeah, this is what people want. They want this kind of storytelling. They want these kind of characters, and then I don't know what Disney's gonna give themselves. Because I heard, I don't know where it was. I don't know if Chris knows this. There was a time when they were planning this Warhammer thing. I don't know how she would even have this poll, but she was trying to. There was a whole thing where Cavill was in talks to play a Star Wars role, and to do Warhammer, he had to choose between the two things.
Yeah.
And the reason she was going after Cavill, not because she wanted for a project, she was going after
Oh
Cavill.
yeah, she just wanted him for the
because
namesake.
She was scared.
Yeah,
she was scared.
yeah,
like
yeah.
she heard about the Warhammer show and she was trying to grab up Cavill because she said without Cavill, Warhammer stuff wouldn't happen. So she said that if they grabbed him up and went and play a Sith or whatever character he was playing, then they could secure that their future would be secure.
Idiot, man. I can't believe.
And now
nah,
the
she-
future's not going to include, so it doesn't really
No,
matter.
no, it doesn't need to. Like, there's a lot of actors I wanted to see in Star Wars. Just to go a little bit off topic, but there's a lot of actors like Matt Smith. I wanted to see him play a young Palpatine. I feel like he's perfect for that role. I feel like he could pull it
Well,
off
based on this
nicely,
news about the
but-
lightsaber duel, I think we can confirm the Starfighter. They're actually going to make a video
Yeah.
about this. I think he's a Darksider in this movie. I don't know what way it is that he's going to be, but based
You know,
on what I've heard,
Ryan, he does
Yeah.
kind of remind me of Cade Skywalker. You know? He does
Yeah,
remind me.
yeah,
he
they've
does
said they're not
remind
going
me
to
of
do
Cade.
Cade, but I could see some scenario. One thing I actually like this idea is even though people hear lightsaber fights and they immediately go Jedi and Sith, I've been kind of toying around with this idea that I think that Ryan Gosling. I think Ryan Gosling might have been the scoundrel that he is. I think he might have just grabbed someone's lightsaber and just taken it. So instead of being a force wielder,
yeah.
I think he might have just been like, and I kind of like that concept of like just a dude kind of just doing his thing and just getting a lightsaber. But then I think like a character like Matt Smith, I think they want Matt Smith to play the villain because it's Matt Smith. And I think they're like, I think they're going to give us Matt Smith as a Darksider. And
For
I think
sure.
it'll be cool.
I think
Yeah.
there's been a lot of actors that I wanted to see in like Star Wars and
Yeah.
Marvel and stuff, but because of how Disney have done things, I'm just like, I don't want to see you.
You know,
in
it really
that,
makes me
because
sad.
we know,
You
and it's sad.
know what really makes me sad? I really wish that as much as I love what Benedict Cumberbatch has done with Doctor Strange, it makes me sad that Benedict Cumberbatch locked himself in to play Doctor Strange. Because I would have loved to see Benedict Cumberbatch as a Sith.
I think he would have been. They would have been dope.
Seen that. That would have been so cool. Like after he played Khan in what was it, the second Star Trek with J.J. Abrams, I would have loved to see him play a Sith. I would have loved it. And just like it's too bad that Doctor Strange is taking that bigger precedence. I mean, but it's okay. I mean, it's all good. We're getting what's it? Netflix keep Zach and James working 2 different DC movies, not confirmed yet. They're keeping James for sure. We don't know about if Zach will be working on things or will. It's just kind of unknown. Zach and James Gunn are currently working on separate projects and not collaborating at the same. Yeah, AJ, we're not talking about this as a confirmed. We're just talking about the idea of it. It chose to do it.
If they chose it,
Like right now, there's been no deal of it because they're still trying to figure everything out right now. DC's got to get back to the kind of finding their new place first before they start collaborating with other people. They need to start building up what their new DC is first, and that's what they're trying to do now. So they need to kind of build up that first, and then they can talk about collabs. Like I think if you get Zack Snyder, you're not going to get Zack Snyder working with James Gunn until at least we're talking about like a crisis situation or like a something like that. I'd say like a crisis, or is they going to do like some Elseworld story that maybe they collaborate on that, or like Luke said, like with other characters involved, like a Death of Superman type thing. Would be a long time from now, but I think that would be where you would get something like that. I think that would be cool. Like, ideally, I think with a lot of the DC stuff, I mean, we're excited to see what happens. I mean, it's crazy that a few actors are now going over to the DCU. I think that's crazy.
Supergirl.
We're not in the DCU, but like just DC. But Supergirl. Supergirl. That's the other thing you've seen. Did you see that trailer, Chris?
I saw the trailer. Yeah. So I think
you excited we're finally seeing.
I think Supergirl. I'm bro. When I just the glimpse of that, I was like, okay, all right, yeah, it's going down. But I think Supergirl's going to be an interesting one, and I feel like this story's going to be darker than what it was. Like what she said at the end of the trailer, I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be darker, and I hope that we cover a lot of her themes where she's struggling, she's dealing with the loss, she's. That's why she's drunk and going different places, because obviously the red sun, it kind of emits her from getting like, all that stuff. But it's like, for me, I think when people said, oh yeah, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, and I was like, yeah, because she's traveling, she's not staying in one place.
Yeah, she's in space.
You know what I mean? So it kind of makes sense. Like it would be anything, like they would say the same, because it's James Gunn. They're gonna say, "Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy."
Well, you know what's even funnier about that is that James Gunn's not directing this movie.
Exactly.
So, they just think because he's the
I just don't know. Like I don't know. Like he's not done. The thing is, James Gunn, he even said, "Whoever's directing this, whoever's doing that, I'm leaving them to it. Gonna look at it as soon as it's finished, and then we'll let it run." That's usually what he's been doing.
We're just talking to Chris about old things that we hadn't been able to connect with Chris for a while. Underground, so we're just talking to him about some things that we talked about as a group that Chris was not a part of. So that's why that's what's going on Underground. There wasn't a new Supergirl trailer that I'm aware of. We're just talking about the one that came out because it's been a while since we've seen Chris.
Yeah, it's been a while since.
Yeah. So it's that's what it is.
Are you planning on being on every week by any chance, Chris?
So I think for the next few weeks I should be good to go.
Okay,
but, it just depends on how my work situation changes, and if that changes, I'll be in and out, kind of thing. And if you move it to because you guys were doing it on Thursdays at one point, weren't you?
Yeah, we're keeping it on Tuesdays right now. We're keeping it on Tuesdays, and we're keeping this time slot. So if this time slot works for you, whenever you're it will pop in.
Yeah, most of the time this time should be good for me now anyway. So
yeah, we know it works out. That's why we thought the earlier time slot was a good idea. I mean, it makes sense to work for my schedule. I don't want to do it at 7 p.m. because we go till like 9, and I have to go to bed because I have to get up early to go to work. Yeah. So, because I work at 4 a.m., Chris, 5 days a week. I get up at 3:30. So just like that don't really work for my schedule. But this 4 o'clock is working good so far. I'm liking it. Yeah, I could see that shows when we get one in April. What's our next topic, Luke?
It is Golden Globes. That's Sunday.
Okay, so Ken and I will just touch on this kind of briefly. So the Golden Globes, I forgot was even happening, but we really don't have to talk about any other projects. I mean, other than, I guess you could mention that K-pop Demon Hunters took away the animated movie thing,
Of
and then they
course.
also took the best original song, the golden one that everyone hears on the radio all the time now.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the Golden Globes, but
It
Sinners
made
did
sense.
win award for best soundtrack, though. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sinners. Yeah.
Mhm.
The Sinner has
Not
some
Tron
recognition,
Aries.
but
I even seen
no,
John Aries. I don't want to know. I don't want to
Yeah,
know. I'm
but-
sorry.
but the
I don't want to
shock-
know.
But
I'm
the
sorry.
shock of
Not
the
because it's Jared
situation-
Leto. I just think that it's been how long? It's been how long? 2010 since the last Tron movie, and I thought like that was a fine ending for me. But that one, when I saw the trailer, I thought it does look good. But then
The problem is people wanted the they wanted the proper Tron 3, and we didn't get the proper Tron 3. We got Tron Ares with Jared Leto.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird.
but yes, Joe, continue with the Golden Globe awards.
Yeah, so Golden Globes. So then we got, there was some, so the music stuff, so a lot of attention on K-pop Demon Hunters. It's cool that Sinners got the one award, but surprisingly, there were a couple like things I didn't understand. Like there was some foreign films that got some representation, which is cool. But the most shocking thing, because I had not seen it yet, and neither had Kenna, was the movie that took away the most awards, other than Sinners, which was shocking because everyone loves and praises Sinners so hard, was everyone putting a lot of focus on this Battle After Another, with Leonardo DiCaprio,
many good things about that, but
and it also had what's his name? It also had Benicio del Toro in it, and so yeah, World Awards, AJ. Yeah, so I told Kenna that we should check out this movie after hearing about the Golden Globe, so we could kind of say, do we think it deserves the praise? What's going on? So I haven't finished it all the way through, but I'd say I've seen enough to make an opinion on it. I'm literally at like maybe the last hour of the movie, so I'm pretty close to being done with it, and Kenna's finished it all the way through. So I'm gonna let Kenna give her take on it first, and I'll kind of share my thoughts.
I definitely liked it more than I thought I was going to, because when I saw the trailers, I was kind of like, that looks a little. It looked interesting. It always looked interesting to me, but I never really had a desire to watch it. And it's really like, it hooks you in the first opening scene, I will say, because it's like crazy. It's about a rebellion. It was hard. I will say I watched it late, so my memory of it is a little foggy, but a lot of good acting, and I like the character I like the plot with the daughter. Not to get spoily, but there's a plot with the daughter of the two main characters and another character. That was interesting. I like that. There was another I don't remember his name, but he's in the movie, but he's the president from Scandal. You guys probably don't know that show, but that's where I recognized him from. But
was that the military guy?
It was the guy who was talking to Lockjaw.
The guy that was talking to Lockjaw. Okay.
Yeah. I can't remember what his character's name was, but he was the one who was like his daughter was getting married or something.
Oh yeah, the guy that was trying to convince him to go and like get the guy that was trying to convince him like he wanted to join the clubs. Lockjaw wanted to join the club, and so he was literally like talking to him about joining the club if he wanted to.
Yeah. I think Leonardo is I like his character. There's some pretty funny moments. I think it's pretty good. I will say my only nitpick is that near the end, I was kind of waiting for it to be over. Like, you can feel the 2-hour runtime a little bit near the end. I wouldn't necessarily say it's dragging, because then when it gets to the ending, then it starts moving along, but I feel like there's just a little bit of a gap where I'm like, okay, is it done yet? I guess I can see a lot of reasons why it won the many awards. I just don't think it's my kind of movie, so I feel like it's not really fair to say that like it didn't deserve the awards it got, because I can totally see why, because objectively it's good and it's new and it's I don't know, it's very interesting, but definitely just not my kind of movie in general.
Yeah, it's a
I would really say
different kind of movie.
I would really have to say you need to watch it yourself to form an opinion. But
I feel like it's one of those movies where even though this is the Golden Globes, this movie to me feels like where Sinners is a movie you can enjoy the story and really like it.
Yeah.
This movie to me just screams Oscar bait. Like it is another thing of like, even though DiCaprio has an Oscar, it just kind of has that feeling of like, oh yeah, we're a true story about revolution and all these different things going on, and it just feels very, what's that word? Oscar energy is the best word for it. Like it's filled with these really good performances, but it's layered in a way. It's like, oh yeah, look at how serious this movie is, but it's also a drama, comedy type of vibe, and like it has these scenes that you're like, okay, this is historical, this is this, and then you get like this kind of moment. It takes that more serious tone, and that's never a problem. It's good for the story, but like it just feels to me like there's a reason why it's being talked about at the Golden Globes, and that's because it's that kind of movie that
I
gets
am
award
biased.
recognition.
I am totally biased, but I will say I do think Sinners deserved more awards in the
I
Golden
agree.
Globes. I will say
Yeah.
that.
I agree.
I think the Oscars come up. It's got like a lot of nominations already, so you know.
Well,
I mean,
let's
it's
hope
good that it-
Sinners gets more recognition at the
Yeah.
Oscars then.
Hopefully. Because it's good that they got Best Soundtrack, which I think it's totally fair. I think the music in that movie is super good. I just wish they got a little more recognition.
Yeah,
with,
could've got
like
something
the
else.
actors.
Yeah.
Or the sets, or like, I don't know. I found myself more easily immersed into Sinners than I did with A Battle After Another, personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
But again, that's just me, because I'm like, this just isn't my kind of movie. But that doesn't mean it's bad. I would never describe it as a bad movie.
Yeah,
It's just not my style.
They're very different movies. I mean, I feel like you got to look at it from the lens, like I said. Like I think that if you like DiCaprio, if you like Benicio del Toro, and I can't remember what the chick is in the movie, but she's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
It has just a feeling of raw. Like there's action in the movie to a degree, but it's like it's more like one of those movies where it's more focused on the agenda of dealing with the revolutionary. It's a very, and I hate to use this word on the stream because I don't want people to go by this situation, but it's very revolutionary, Black Power focused movie. Like that's the best word to describe it. It's preaching that message of the time period it's at, and it's also a more espionage type movie, I guess you'll call it. You have a kind of a bit more of there's a little bit more of that espionage thriller kind of vibe drama to it a little bit. Would you agree with that, Kenna? Do you feel kind of espionage?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I know.
Really?
I don't know. I think it's different from that. I think it's really
Okay.
it's definitely it's definitely a revolution movie, and I think
Yes.
that's kind of where it drops the ball for me, because it hooks you in the beginning with the revolutionary stuff. I'm like, okay, this is it. We're fighting against the government. Like, I'm in, and then they like get the daughter, and the daughter's on the like kidnapped, and that's what that near the end, that part, that's where I got lost from the movie. That's where I'm kind of like, I'm not kind of into it.
So
I think the beginning
it loses the sauce, huh?
I like not even halfway through, just near the end a bit. I kind of get out of it, but I do think it's a good. I don't know, like objectively, it's a good movie. Again, it's just not my kind of thing. I think Sinners. I know, keep bringing it back to Sinners. Both of them have similar themes, I would say. Not the exact same, but just a little bit. Again, they're very different movies, but I don't know. I just think, honestly, you know what's crazy? I think Leonardo DiCaprio hurts the movie's plot. I think his character,
Really?
yes,
Wow.
his acting is good, but his character, I just think if they were to if they gave him a different kind of character maybe, or they removed him, I think the story would have been better. I don't know. Kind of a hot take, but
That's an interesting take. I mean, because I think that's what their big marketing.
Because I wish
Batgirl.
I wish the lady, the woman, I wish she was the more of the main character and we were following her.
Does
through
Leonardo
her,
DiCaprio get
story.
angry?
Does Leonardo DiCaprio get angry? No. He doesn't get
It's
angry.
like his whole thing.
Yeah.
No,
He gets annoyed at one dude. He gets annoyed at one dude.
He's more of a paranoid stoner in this movie. That's more his vibe. He's a paranoid stoner that is very.
That's probably why Kenna's saying like if you take him away, it won't be as bad because he doesn't. He don't normally play characters like that. That's the thing.
They clearly try to do something different, and they clearly he's kind of the guy that just kind of yells a little bit, and then at this one guy, but then he's really that paranoid stoner. Like, my daughter's taken. Like, oh, okay, I need to know what's going on. I can't find the password. What's going on? Like, type of deal. Like, it's kind of.
I do think the ending of the movie's good, though. I think there's not to get too try not to be like super spoily, but there's something with the daughter and then the lady who is the mom of the daughter in the movie. They have a nice interaction that I think really kind of sums up what the movie is about. Yeah. I just wish that was more present throughout the movie a little bit until the end, so.
Yeah, that would be nice. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's pretty much. Oh, go ahead, Luke.
No, that was about it, right? That's all I was gonna say.
That's good for the Golden Globes. Yeah.
I'm done with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good for the Golden Globes. That's pretty short and simple on that one. I'm gonna finish it.
Talk about Fallout.
Was it time? All right. Is it time? Is it Fallout time?
Fallout time.
You feel like you're ready to bounce, Chris?
You can stick around if you want, but there's gonna be spoilers. So.
Yeah, I best not.
We're gonna talk about.
Chris.
I think with Fallout anyway.
Yeah, thanks for coming, my friend.
From what I've seen anyway, I've been enjoying it, and I think. All I can say, you see with season 2, is it more related to the games now, or is it just
I would say so because season 2 is New Vegas. So.
Ooh, wait, is that number 3?
Yeah.
No, that's 4, isn't it? That's 4 is 4.
Technically, the 4th game, but it's the one in between 3 and 4. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right, yeah.
I'm
still on season 1. I've got a couple episodes in it, so I'm just like watching it.
Oh, dude, dive in. Like, try if you can catch up for next week.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. But I love the show like a lot.
Is this episode 4 that we're gonna be talking about today?
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, let me. You guys can do spoiler stuff. I'll head off anyway.
Yeah.
Totally. Thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you for coming. See you later.
Next time.
We'll see you next week, man.
Good.
See you next week, buddy.
So.
All right. Can I go first? I'm excited.
Yeah, you can go first. Go ahead.
So let me get another drink real quick, but I'm thirsty. I need some energy. We'll
do a drum roll while we wait.
But I'm very excited to share my thoughts on this episode because I have a lot to say.
Oh wow.
Kenna, I'm gonna let you start because my
Kenna can start first since I wasn't ready at the moment. Go ahead.
Fell down, so I'm gonna fix this real quick.
Oh, okay.
What do you got?
Sure, I can go first because mine will be short. I think this is a really good episode. I think so far it's one of the best episodes of season 2, and I honestly think the next episode will be even better than this one. Maybe I feel like that might be the trend where each episode gets better and better. They introduced the Death Claw, which I know, again, I have no knowledge of the games, really. I just know what Luke tells me from time to time. But as someone who really knows nothing about the games, the show overall is just so good. And you can really just get into it even if you don't have lots of knowledge about it.
Do they have a promo for the next episode yet?
They do. I didn't watch it. They usually played after the end of the credits.
I looked for it and I couldn't find it. I was like, I'm gonna have to look it up online because I'm gonna have to look it up on YouTube because I'm gonna watch it because I'm excited.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So you keep going. I didn't want to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. God, I really love how Lucy acts in this episode with the ghoul. I just really love their dynamic, especially when she gets from off the drugs and she kind of goes on a killing spree with the the Grease Boys ghouls that are there.
I love the way they wrote Lucy in this episode. I love the fact that we're actually Luke kind of alluded it to me earlier when we talked about it a few days ago. I love that they deal with drugs and addictions in this episode, and I love that my favorite line of the entire episode is when she says that she wants to try cigarettes, and he's like, how about one addiction at a time? It's just, like, kill me. But he's like, because it's crazy watching her go crazy. Because like normally we see her, she's very her character. One of my criticisms of her in the early episodes was like, I was kind of like, I love the happy-go-lucky look, but she's so like, oh, I got to do this the right way, like, trying to figure out what it's like to survive out here, and not, being cruel, not doing what she's doing. And it's nice to see her, even though they're ghouls. I like the parallel, which we'll talk about in a minute, of look at where Maximus is on his journey, and look at where Lucy is. Lucy's like, totally, if they're a ghoul, okay, just massacring them. But we deal with in this episode that Maximus couldn't hurt the kids even though they were ghouls, and I just think that's interesting that they're on the opposite side of the coin.
Right.
So I found that parallel.
There's also a difference between ghouls and feral ghouls. That's the one thing, about the show as well. Yeah, right. And like, what Maximus is, those are all like ghoul children. They're not feral. You know what I mean? While these ones out in the like New Vegas are totally feral.
That Maximus scene, with Maximus talking to the leader of the Knights, I was really impressed with whoever the actor that played Maximus. That was an incredible acted scene when he was breaking
really
down on him, like literally talking about his experience with everything, that he couldn't do it, and just like the breakdown. It was good. I loved it. I thought, yeah, it's great. I like the Lucy going crazy thing. I like the stuff between the Norm storyline in this episode, and I like what's going on with the Betty and I just call her Overseer for now because I remember her, Stephanie. That's the girl I was thinking of. I like their conversations. I like their conflicts between the Volts and everything. And then the guy from he's in Shang-Chi's in a couple Marvel movies. The guy that has the big beard that's kind of just hanging out in the vault, that's kind of spying on everyone. I like the scene when he kind of confronts the Overseer about like reporting herself as a crime. that was good.
So how does this work? Like, because it's about you, but you're the Overseer. Right? But I'll just that means it'll be that much quicker.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, no. I want to see what the experiment is that Vault 33, 32, 31 have together. Yeah, that'll get revealed soon enough.
Yeah, they're gonna reveal it soon. I mean, it's really looking like a really good season so far. I mean, it's really, the build-up has been nice. This episode, now we're kind of really diving into Vegas, and it's nice to see that. I like the bit with everything with Lucy and the ghoul in this episode was really good. And I'm glad that we kind of jump back and forth between different stories. It's going to be interesting to see, because the way Lucy talks about finding her father in this episode, you're really starting to see different shades of her, and it's really interesting to see, like, okay, like, she really wants to punish him. I love how she's like, I want to bring him to justice, and just like, it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens when she sees him.
Right. I don't think she's going to have the balls at first.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Really,
yeah, because it's for your dad. Something is going to happen to push it further.
He'll get away or something, and then they'll come back together at some point. Like, I feel eventually will be ready. You know what I mean? If I had to guess. But I actually just got spoiled to this show. No, to two things that are going to happen this season. So, really? And you can find these out if you want as well. I was on my homepage and it had a news article, and I love how, like, Funko, I have never understood the full appeal of Funko. I don't really like Funko Pops much, personally. Like, sometimes I think they end up looking really
on the
good.
Character. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes they look really good. Other times I'm just like, it just looks like a Funko Pop. Like, I don't want it. But I believe, I could be wrong, are going out of business. Essentially because they overproduced.
Mm-hmm.
because that's why you see a million freaking pops everywhere whenever they sell them there, and like sales all the time recently. They're just trying to get rid of them because they made way too many. They actually, I saw a thing about how they filled a landfill with a ton of Funko Pops because they couldn't get rid of them.
Wow.
Like, what? Just give them away for almost free at that point. Like,
Right,
people,
yeah.
like,
People will
it's
take
such
them for free so easily. Yeah.
And this is all gonna feed into the main message I'm getting at with Fallout, actually, believe it or not. But so Funko spoiled two things. Like, apparently, the article literally is titled "Funko continues its tradition of spoiling TV shows by revealing two major Fallout Season 2 plot points." It almost seems like they're trying to stay relevant by spoiling TV shows for people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And
if
it's
they
like that's just gonna make
consistently-
them hate you more, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I won't give away what happens, but
Mhm.
two major things. I think the first one bigger than the second, but I'm not really upset knowing these things. I can deal with that. That's fine with me. But what I want to get to is I'm on this Fallout journey right now, like loving the show, just consuming the games, like all the content of the IP that I can, and I'm always learning more and more about the world, and that's the most fun part about it. But I've been seeing a lot of hate, not a lot of, I've been seeing hate on this show though, and I didn't really understand why, right? Because I think it's a good show. And you know, I see this one person's take, and it seems kind of like ridiculous. So you know, I moved on. Dude's just bitter, or whatever. Like today, I saw another one just like that though. That was more recent by like a real I forget. It was an article on a news site though. It might have even been off of IGN, and like it just discusses how Bethesda doesn't understand Fallout, right? And somebody tweeted about it actually. The guy who runs the company that made New Vegas, right? And he's talking about how they don't understand Fallout, like their own IP, right? And I started learning more. I didn't really know that like they actually changed so much of the lore within the show, where all these bombs that dropped, right? Vault-Tec did it, right? But like, no, that's not really what happens in the actual Fallout world. It's that there's this giant war between the Americans and the Chinese, and it's really a giant fight over communism and how it leads to the bombs in the Great War, right? Which is, so they've taken that and like they're just saying that like they're not giving credit or doing what the lore originally was. They've created this new version of it, and they just want that to be what Fallout is now, right? Which I can also appreciate. Like, as much as it's not the original lore and what that was, I love what they've done to honestly modernize it. Like,
right, it's an adaptation. Yeah. It's a good adaptation.
Oh, it's a continuation. It's a continuation of the lore at this point.
Well,
because Fallout 5 is going to feed into the show. You know what I mean? So they've.
I mean, obviously, Fallout wasn't made during those times, but like our American audience now, we don't care about communism anymore, really. But it's really much of a critique on capitalism now, because that's what we're focusing on as a society. So like you said, a better modernization of the story.
Right.
It's up with the times, and it's good.
It flips the script a little, but like in a way that actually makes sense in our modern world, where it's like communism isn't the issue, capitalism is. You know what I mean? Where it's this version of capitalism that we've allowed to happen, where corporations literally have more control than we do, which is a huge theme in season 1. You know what I mean? And you know, continues throughout the show.
So these people are mad just because they changed a few things from the lore of the games, and that's what
It's a pretty big thing. I'm not gonna lie, but like, so the if we're gonna get political, like, that's where if you were a Republican or a Trumper, I could see you being very upset at this change. Very upset at this change and being like, I want it the way it was because he had a huge statement on how it actually was. You know what I mean? Like, And they don't like this whole, like, you start to say, well, corporations are the problem. Oh, no, they're not. You know what I mean? It's like talking to my 80-year-old father.
Mhm.
So, like, I love what they've done, even as someone who loves source material accurate storytelling. Like, I like that. But with this, I think it's better this way. I'm not
See,
gonna
I
lie.
think one thing that I've also kind of accepted in this scenario. Now, I'm not like I've played the games. I'm not glued to it like on level that I'm glued to like Star Wars, right? So like
Right.
for me, I'm going in this as a neutral overseer, as like okay,
Overseer.
I understand the games. I to a degree. It's been a while since I played them, but I understand them and like I've been coming around on this idea, but I think the issue with lore is when you go into a brand like, so you've used the Star Wars example, the problem is that when Disney changed things, it was with the Star Wars stuff, it's just that the changes are bad for the story because it's still not a coherent story. Like, as much as we can be lore heads all day, I'll be honest, if the stories we were getting with new Star Wars were good, I could accept the changes they were making. Like as much as I hate what they did to Luke Skywalker, if you told me why, if you gave me an Oscar-worthy Mark Hamill level performance of explaining why he's this broken person that he is, I could accept it. If you actually took the time to tell a story, and on this, when we look at Fallout here, maybe it's because I don't have that deep of a connection to it, but in general, I'm into the show the way the show's presented. I feel like this is just you're along for the ride. You're like, yeah, they're not adaptations aren't gonna always copy and paste. There's gonna be changes. Now for the good or bad, it happens. But you kind of just have to decide if it works for you as a story. Are you into the story they're telling you? Like,
No,
like,
I
feel
totally
like
agree, man. I totally agree.
that's how I'm with it. Like I'm telling you, if Star Wars if the stories were good, new stuff, totally down for it. Like when we were talking about Star Wars earlier, there are some things that Disney has actually made on the Star Wars area stuff that I'm like, oh, I like this character. I like why was this character not introduced in the old one? Like they've created some new stuff that I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. And like so, like back on Fallout, I feel like these sort of things, whatever changes they are, if the show is still good, if you're still consistently enjoying this adaptation, because that's my problem with The Last of Us winning the thing, is the adaptation we got of Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 is already a bad game, right? There's already a problem. But as an adaptation, they didn't change anything really with the season of the show. Like, it didn't feel like if you can have a good adaptation, but I don't think that means you can't make subtle changes. You can't change the story.
They knew how people were gonna react to the whole Joel thing. You know what I mean? Like they could have dragged it out at least and like had Joel die towards the end of the season.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like if I was gonna make that show, I would have waited till the finale to kill Joel. I would have kept him around. I would have built up because I would want to build that tension between Ellie and
But that show was obsessed with being accurate, essentially.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
like
exactly.
even though it did take its subtleties here and there, like the Bill episode in the first season, or in a few other things, like they made up that that woman that was angry at the black guy.
But we can't always be like accurate like that. Like it's cool. But like that's why I was glad to hear. Like when we were talking about DC stuff earlier, Chris, I heard that One of Tomorrow isn't going to be, even though we were so excited that it's made by the guy that did that, the writers from the comic, right? It's not 100% an adaptation, copy and paste of the comic, because Bobatalk, this big YouTuber I follow on DC News, says this all the time. Adaptations don't copy and paste. Sometimes you have to make changes to fit the story and make the narrative different. Because if I'm gonna read the story, why don't I just go get the comic? I got the comic right here on my laptop. I can go read it right now. Do I really need to see a movie about that same comic? Or do I want to see a movie that's inspired by that comic and go and check out the different version? So, and I feel the same way about like Okay.
I think it also depends how many times have we seen this. You know what I mean? How many times have we seen something like this? Because like, if you did that to Lord of the Rings, I'd fucking hate it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
it
I
depends on
do
what it
think
is.
about that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
and if Peter Jackson had done that, like, people wouldn't have liked it as much. You know what I mean? But it tries its best to be accurate adaptation. You know what I mean? Like, so
you
I
can
think
do accurate.
it depends on what you're talking about sometimes. You know what I mean?
Agree. I agree. There's definitely it depends with something. It depends on the lore. It's gotta. If the game be bad, people trash it, but world works. Reality is. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it just depends on what it is. But like you said, like, with Fallout, like I said, I played the games. I understand them. I haven't seen anything in this show that makes me go, oh, I remember this from the games, and that's different from the games. That bothers me. Like, nothing triggers me. When I watch Disney Star Wars and something has changed, like it's a little thing, but like for some people, but we were talking about the Acolyte earlier, I threw a fit over things that Kenna didn't throw a fit over because I couldn't believe that one of George's original characters, they ruined one of the most iconic lines of Phantom Menace because the whole idea of like, we don't know that this exists at this time period. They had a thing where Ki-Adi-Mundi, a Jedi that has a really big head, right? He says in Phantom Menace, the Sith haven't existed for a millennia. And then he's talking about Sith in the Acolyte, and he's older than what they say he is in the prequels. So, and I threw a fit over that. And a lot of people told me to calm down. I'm like, no, I'm absolutely not going to calm down because that's a big deal for me as a prequel kid. I'm not going to accept that. That is not happening. So like I said, it's different. It depends on what it is. And like if you're a fan of the lore of something, like I consider myself to be a George Lucas purist, but I also have liked some of the newer stuff. Like something Dave has done in Clone Wars, I liked maybe a little different than George's stuff, but I still liked it. And then like with Fallout, if it's different, I haven't noticed it. It hasn't changed my vision on how I feel about the show. I'm watching the show as its own thing.
If anything, the show is kind of pulling people more into the world. I feel like they're in different situations, you know what I mean? Where Star Wars is already one of the most popular IPs that's ever existed compared to something that a lot of people are just learning about, really.
I'm surprised, too, that, like, I get what this is, but it's interesting that people... Because Fallout has a decent following, but, like, this is the first time I've seen anybody complain about anything in Fallout, so I was kind of surprised that, like...
Oh, it's been happening since season 1, but when anything is created, man, some people will always complain. That is what will happen, yeah.
I'm not surprised that one of them came from an IGN article, though.
yeah, I'm not totally sure if it was IGN or not, but I think it was.
I would believe it if it was.
You got any last thoughts on Fallout, Kenna?
No, I think I said what I needed to say.
Okay.
Yeah,
very good show.
Not a fan, not a real fan. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't really. I just really like Lucy. That's it.
I can't wait for the next episode.
Lucy.
I can't wait for the next episode.
You know who I love? Jackie. Sorry,
I like Lucy a lot. I think, other than Walton Goggins, I think my favorite character right now, especially after this episode, and I think I liked him before, but now I really like him. I think Maximus might be my favorite character.
Oh yeah, Maximus is so good. I really
like that. I love Maximus. Yeah, I love his character.
I did like Thaddeus in this one too, though.
Thaddeus was funny. He was funny.
Yeah,
Thaddeus was funny. I like
the visor.
I like the whole panic attack thing. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I'm bummed, man, though. I gotta say this since we're on the next episode. I'm bummed, man. I'm bummed that they definitely killed my boy, man. I wanted to see him create.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, he did.
You got Macaulay Culkin.
Yep. I wanted more, man. Pull up
on DCU. Whoa. I gotta do a little work right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be online until
maybe
much later.
Yeah.
What kind of work are you gonna be doing? Oh, your brother played Fallout 4? That's cool, AJ.
Well, DoorDashing.
Oh,
you're doing
DoorDashing door.
Oh, I got some content to work on after I finish this movie.
Content.
And then I'm trying to get back in my Rivals grind because I want to try and hit platinum before the new season starts. So.
Good luck, dude. We
Good
just
luck.
dropped. I dropped down the gold 2 last night.
I'm
I'm
still,
like,
I'm still
Ah.
on gold 1. I'm still at
Yeah,
gold
barely.
1, but I
-6.
yeah,
Well,
barely.
I lost my gold. I lost my gold last night because I was playing a match and I had a shit team. But so I'm gonna try and get back to gold, and if I get plat, cool. If not, at least get my gold back. So
There you go.
yeah,
But don't worry though, Joe. You'll still get your rewards for reaching.
Oh, I know. I'm not worried about that. I just want to retain. The higher I end at, the more likely I start at a good ranking. So
Right.
I'm just trying to climb as far as I can till I run out of time. So, and I'm having fun. Like, yesterday I had some good conversations with some people, and I've been noticing like there's always gonna be. I don't get mad about the same stuff. I don't rage about things anymore. I'm just kind of like, okay, we lose. They had the stronger team. Whatever, it happens, and we just gotta keep climbing and keep pushing ourselves forward. And I'm still having fun with the game. I still pour hours into it. I'm still having fun, and I'm gonna continue to have fun. As long as I'm having fun and people aren't ruining it for me, then I'm gonna like. I had someone that was complaining about me last night during a comp match. We were both healing, and the one person was yelling about me because I'm not the best healer, and that's okay. I admit that about myself. That's not my preferred role, and they were yelling about me in the comments, and I didn't get mad about it. I was like, yeah, I can do a little better, and I just kind of just do my thing and just move forward. And I'm having fun. I'm doing what I can, and as long as you're having fun. But I'm kind of excited about more personally about these videos I'm working on right now. I got some good stuff cooking. I'm pretty excited. I got some good things. But yeah, it should be good. It's been a good night. It's gonna be a good night. Good stuff is coming. And yeah, games are always fun. So whenever you got fun games to play, it's great. But I'm just getting ready, man. We're all getting ready for Deadpool. It's gonna be fun.
Yep, Deadpool coming soon. 3 days. All right.
Crazy, 3 days. All right. So I think this is gonna be a wrap, guys.
Oh yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for watching.
We will catch you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
That's a Game Boy production.